I'm Jimmy Jam.
I'm Terry Lewis, and we're here rocking it. It's Cincinnati's own
with B-Boys Underground.
B-Boy, where the fuck you at?
Chillin' in the club in my B-Boy stand.
I get it poppin' on the block like a B-Boy. B-Boy,
Chillin' from the underground. Chillin' in the club in my B-Boy stand.
I get it poppin' on the block like a B-Boy. B-Boy,
Chillin' from the underground.
where the fuck you at?
Chillin' in the club in my B-Boy stand.
I get it poppin' on the block like a B-Boy. B-Boy,
B-Boys Underground.
Chillin' from the underground. Chillin' in the club in my B-Boy stand.
I get it poppin' on the block like a B-Boy.
Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, don't stop. Hip hop, don't stop. Hot.
What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your buzzing cousin Ghost Boogie. It's B-Boys Underground, episode number 23. Special guest Jay Wiz and E.Renee. We're gonna get into it. First and foremost, we got G-Fresh. Happy Wednesday, fam. How are you?
What's going on? It's Wednesday, busy week, but of course we're gonna slow it down so we get into this B-Boys Underground, Cincinnati, Ohio. All the people checking in already. We got our guests, my fam, Jay Wiz, E.Renee, Crayz. We're gonna have a good time. Y'all tune in, like it.
Absolutely. And we got the one and only Big Wiz. What's good, fam?
What up? Happy hump day, everybody. Ready to get into this interview, so let's do this.
Absolutely. We might as well get into it. We got Crazy, Jay Wizzo, and E.Renee. What's good, E and Wiz? How are you all?
What's poppin', bro?
What's going on? Pretty good.
We doing all right, man. Good to see you guys. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Good to see Weezy's beard. You know what I mean? always a highlight of my Wednesdays, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Beard gang, man.
Absolutely.
Well,
I just cut it too.
Yeah, mine was like James Harden for a while. I was like, all right, I gotta stop getting this caught on my zippers.
3 months ago, man, I get it. 3 months ago, I cut off 7 inches, bro.
Facts.
Oh man.
I feel it.
That's when you be saving your food, and my father with his beard was like, "You got granddad, you got some of your beard. I'm saving that for later."
That's it.
I was walking around for a whole day. I cussed out the whole household like ain't none of y'all tell me I had a whole ass chicken wing in my beard.
man.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I had to cut mine too because it was all ZZ Topish and gray. And I'm like, man, listen, I gotta shave this shit. I'm looking way too old right now, so we had to
You
do
gotta check our flyer. They took us back to Scribble Jam days.
Yeah, they did. They took we all young. We're all young.
Lines and all these squinting and all that stuff out our face. I like it. She did good work.
That's wild.
Man. So, I mean, let's get into it. So, Cincinnati artists, Cincinnati natives, y'all been around in the game, been part of the whole B-Boys Underground, part of, Down with Fresh since back in the day, and let everybody know, give everybody a little bit of background on who you folks are and what you got going on and everything in between. You know what I mean?
I'm here for it, man. Of course, I'm Jay Wiz. This is my wonderful wife, E.Renee. Together, we make up the group Crayz. As far as history, man, I've been doing music since way too long for me to say on the air. I give you a good perspective. A picture popped up on the interwebs about a couple months ago, and it was a picture, and I sent it to my kids. It was a picture of Eminem, and I drew an arrow over his head, and I wrote M next to it, and then I was sitting in the chair next to him, and I drew an arrow over my head, and I wrote me, and sent it to my children. From
at the picnic table?
Huh? No, he wasn't at the picnic table with us. Juice.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
No, this was him, man. He was actually on the mic, and I was sitting in the chair with my arms folded. Inconspicuous. But
Like,
yeah, I've been in the game since then, man. We done did shows coast to coast and rap with a bunch of heavy hitters and some of my idols. And I was just telling one of my young cats, one of the few young guys who really is in tune with the history. You know what I mean? And I was telling him, like, man, I've been in a cipher with Big Daddy Kane.
Yes.
Man, I've been in a cipher with KRS-One.
Yes.
Yeah. I murdered all of Raekwon's cats in the cipher. You know what I mean? Stuff that was, just little history. Like, I've been here. We having fun. At this point in our lives, it's business. But yeah, we had a ball, man. It's been a long time. And my wife has a musical background as well. If you want to tell them about it.
Sure. So I'm going to apologize now for how I sound. If anybody's from Cincinnati, our weather has been going crazy. So my allergies and everything is going crazy with it. So if you see me wiping or sneezing or coughing, that is why. It's killing me here, y'all. But I've basically been singing since I can remember. Grew up in the church, and parents was into that and had me into it, and so that's kind of where everything started for me. I did a bunch of music back in the day, and then took a break for a while, and called myself retiring. But my husband pulled me out of retirement, and I'm back at it again, singing, rapping, writing, and all that good stuff. So yeah.
Dope.
I have a fancy story like his.
Dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like being around with the Scribble Jam and everything like that, because I was there with that too and everything, running around. That was those were the days, man. And that's the thing, we like all the guests that were there and were there for especially the early years.
Yeah, I mean the early years, man. If you were anybody, that's where you just had to be. We had like maybe 3-4 festivals in the country like that.
Yeah.
And if you were anybody, you were at those festivals, and Scribble Jam was one of them, and one of the major ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was all love, though. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part, people had some beef and stuff like that, but everybody still kept it respectful for the venue, because everybody knew that, what we had was special. What kind of place could you be surrounded with DJs, B-boys? You got people,
you got
bombing and putting the graffiti. I was getting ready to say that, putting the graffiti up live. It was just such a all-encompassing DJ or hip hop experience. It was so special, and those are the years that I tell my kids about. And it's those experiences that I talk about.
Those kind of experiences molded a lot of us, man. It's a lot of people I'm still close to from there. Around the country.
Yes.
We reach out to every now and then. How you doing? Everything cool? I don't care if you're in Colorado, Louisville, Atlanta, Miami. We all shared those experiences, and a lot of us on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It was good 2, 3, 4 years in a row. We sharing those experiences. We all sitting at Fresh's house going through demo tapes, audition tapes and shit.
Going down to Louisville and making songs with new friends that we met from Scribble, 502 Head, stuff like that.
We were watching
shout out to them.
Yeah, big shout out. We were watching the Kanye documentary when it first dropped. And he had Rhyme Fest all over the documentary. And the wife is like, "Is that the same Rhyme Fest that you called last time we were in Chicago?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's my guy. I met him at Scribble." You know what I'm saying? And we stayed cool, met him at Scribble, and then we had the battle for Midwest supremacy.
Midwest, yep.
I finally beat him in the battle.
Yes.
And then
shout out to that.
Emma's ass beat me in the finals. Shout out to Dizzy, man.
Dizzy, yes.
But yeah, so it's been a long history, man. It was just me, and towards the end of high school, I met Big Scandal the Ruckus. And me and Scan, we were immediate foil characters.
Towards the end of high school, where'd you go?
West High.
What year?
96.
So you're 2 years behind me.
Word.
I'm 94.
Oh, yep.
So like Scandal was like Scandal and I grew up together. Like we went to Camp Joy together. We played football together. Like he and I, like we went to like vacation Bible school together. Like, so I've known that cat, you know, my entire life. And when we got older and when I started changing and exiting out from the camp and everything like that, that's when he started getting into the camp. And so, but like time, you know, we connected on Facebook, but before he got the pass, but like, you know, that cat, man, rest in peace to that guy, man, because that's my blood brother right there. Cause he and I were offensive linemen, defensive linemen, man. And like, we shared a lot of blood and sweat together.
That's my brother, man. I keep his jersey.
Special guy.
Facts. Now I keep his jersey in my studio at the crib, either hung up on the line or draped over one of my keyboards, just on some reminder every day.
Yeah, man.
And I do this for my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I should have worn my scan shirt today, but I try to wear something different.
It crossed my mind, but he would expect.
I rocked it a while ago. Yeah,
he would expect me to have on something fly, so I was like, I throw on the polo and the paper planes. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, still keep my Naruto shirt on. You know how that go.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan leg drop.
Big facts, man.
Yes. You beat me to it.
Speaking of superpower shit, CJ the Cynic was just over here at the lab earlier today.
Salute to him.
Absolutely. I think I got this song I pulled up, got him on there, and still some of my favorite songs on that project with the book bag lyrics.
Oh man, you taking it back.
Oh, CJ.
Back.
I remember the extras too. I remember Chippy.
No, I still talk to them. I still talk to everybody, man.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? Even if it's just a quick, you doing all right, your family all right, okay, peace.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Damn, you got me in my thoughts. I'm sitting here thinking about some things, man.
Y'all went down memory lane over there.
I just had a
run like that.
I just had a funeral last week of somebody that was real close to me, man. So yeah, we can definitely switch topics. RIP Scan, Sharkface.
Yes, sir, man.
Laptop.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody with us too in the chat. PK, Brother IQ, Herbs One.
Yes.
Shout out everybody.
Yes.
Yeah,
thank y'all so
Brother
much.
IQ.
Yeah, I got Will Jones in the chat kicking it.
Will, it was just your birthday. I just gave you a shout out. Shout out to Will.
He left us here and went to Puerto Rico on us. Well, Saudi, like, come on, man. You know, we your artists. We get in that suitcase, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Will on management level. Yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to everybody kicking it in with us today and everyone still joining on. We'll shout you as you come in with us.
Absolutely. Much love to each and every single one of y'all tuning in. And Fresh, I know you got some questions. Wiz, I know you got some questions. Please, by all means, get into it.
Yeah, so I got a question for you, Wiz and E. So, like, Wiz, because, like, I mean, these guys got a good familiar background on you, but for me, I don't, so this is my introduction to you. What was your motivation? Like, what was you doing when you were like, yo, I want to be a rapper. I'm going to become an MC. Like, what was that moment when you was like, what was you doing? Paint that picture for the audience there.
It's funny you say that. I got a song on my old mixtape from, what was that, 2015 maybe?
Yeah.
And I had a song on there called Fifth Grade. And I fifth grade English class, we had to write something about a creative moment or something like that. And I wrote this poem about the moon. My teacher called my mama because she swore up and down that my mama wrote this poem. And to this day, my mama's not gonna write that poem. You know what I mean?
He was a hater. She was hating on you.
Big time hater. And moms came up to the school like, nah, he writes like that. He could write something for you right now. And that was really the start of me falling in love with the poetry side. It was like 5th grade. I was like, what, 10. And then 7th grade, I think I wrote my first for real like rap song. All the guys in the hood. I grew up in Winton Terrace. Big shout out to the team.
Woo, Brick City.
Brick City.
Brick
There was a couple guys in the hood that was just freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Just randomly outside. One that comes to mind is my guy Poncho. I don't know where Poncho is now, but Poncho was a genius when it came to the bars. Poncho was a savant. And I was like, I want to do that. So I started out freestyling with them, trying to, you know what I'm saying, get the words together. And I just saw how people would treat them. Not necessarily like celebrity stars. No, we was in the hood. Everybody was, you know, grinding, doing what they doing. But they treated them like they had talent.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I want to do something to show that I have a talent. You know what I'm saying? I could hoop a little bit, but I wasn't even going to get scholarship, let alone go pro. You know what I'm saying? I could burn a cornerback maybe on one play out of the whole game or something. It wasn't going nowhere for me. So I was like, let me pick something. You know, in elementary school, I played a few instruments in elementary and high school, but I always had a love for words. And that was my best way of incorporating that into something fun. It was like, and I always would take shit from my actual life too. So like my first rap was I want to say it was like a hood story, but all the characters was video game people.
Yeah.
And then I wrote another one in like 8th grade, and all the characters was my favorite candy. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I don't know, my mama was young too, so she let me listen to pretty much whatever I wanted to, long as I ain't get in trouble for cussing.
Word.
So I was listening to Scarface and my pops put me on Too Short when I was little. And so I'm writing the candy bar joint in the vein of like Scarface and Ice Cube at 12, 13 years old. Like Mr. Now later, chilling on.
I was about to ask, you still remember them lyrics?
Nah, man.
Yeah, man, because I'm interested in this poem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was something about the boom, man. I remember it being like, oh, this is pretty good to myself, but it was a long time. But my mama might have it in one of her random archives somewhere, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that man, sheesh. Yeah, I remember who came up to me. DJ Killer T came up to me singing one of my raps from like the 8th grade or something, 9th grade. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. I don't remember what I wrote yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's a good thing to have as a writer. Like, man, I got material for days.
But that's the thing. I've just always loved it, man. I've always it's akin to Superpowers. Me and Scan in our squad, we did a talent show. I want to say I was in like the 11th or 12th grade, and we did a talent show at Walnut Hills High School, and we came in 2nd place. And the person we came in 2nd place to played classical piano. And I've always appreciated and been intrigued by things that look like, oh, that is amazing. I can't do that.
Yes.
I need to learn how to do. I didn't learn to play classical piano, but I've always been driven for that in rap because I got a feeling in my head like, I don't care what he's doing, I can do it, and most likely do it better. So that's always been a thing for me. Like every time I hear something like, oh, Pac was telling a story, let me tell a story. Yeah, I can tell a story. Or, you know what I'm saying? They talking about the hood and the streets. Hell, I'm here already. Let me tell you. I can talk about that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's always something that was a challenge for me. And then as I got into my adult life, it also became a crutch. It became my therapy. It became my celebration. You know what I mean? I just kind of grew up in the hip hop world. Like I said, my mama wasn't that much older than me. So we had wax at the crib with like Salt and Pepper and Kool Moe Dee and LL, you know what I'm saying, right alongside the older generation stuff that they was listening to too. She had big sisters and big brother. So we had all of that stuff in the crib. So I was exposed to hip hop fairly early. You know what I'm saying? I remember
Shout out to my Dukes too.
my first cassette that I had that was my own was Dana Dane with Fame. That was the first one I had that was mine. And I was like, that was my song. I knew it front and back.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man. And then just seeing the passion a lot of people have about hip hop. I remember getting into a literal fist fight in the 9th grade because I said, and this might be an issue now for some people, but at the time, I said DOC was better than Chuck D.
That's a comment.
I can see it.
You know what though? Honestly, I will say that when you mention DOC, for me, he is, I'm gonna say, almost number one, if not number one, in regards to just as important as Dre, if not more important to Dre, or than Dre to the West Coast sound, because through him, you know, I know Dre's production, coaching, and everything. I'm not taking anything away, but when you look at his pen, but what he did and accomplished and helped, and his hands was in everything, and every classic project that Dre has his hands in to this day, he still goes gets his DOC.
You see the credits.
Yes,
you know, and at the time, you know what I'm saying? At the time, it wasn't that we didn't have that much prolificacy. It wasn't that much from him. But it was right when the Doc is his name album dropped. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here singing the formula.
Oh my God, that album, man.
And it was like there was no misses on that album, so you couldn't tell me.
No.
I had just got my Cos headphones.
Shout out Cos. Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? My bass was bumping. Let the bass drop. I was like, oh yeah, you can't beat this.
Nah, Dre, we gotta take it lower.
You know what I mean? Man,
funky drop it.
You couldn't beat that. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because all of my cohorts that I came up with were East Coast hip hop heads. And what I came from was straight West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I was a Souls of Mischief, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, Kaz, Exhibit, and then even NWA, Spice One, MC8, 40 Water. That was what I was listening to with my little squad before I met everybody. So we introducing each other, we cross-marketing, we cross-pollinating, you know what I'm saying, each other once we got together, because, you know, Scan ain't know nothing about no Spice One. A 187 proof.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it was an interesting just an interesting hip hop life, yo. Up to this point, still.
But that was dope about the West Side too, though. I'm gonna say, especially even going to West High and all of that stuff, is that we had in that school and in that period, everybody was listening to everything, right? I mean, that was and everybody would exchange music, and I was always, you know, being a DJ and shit, like my thing was, when I was riding the bus, I always had to have the loudest Walkman, and I always had to have a new mixtape to bump that everybody listened to, and people on the bus would be like listening to my shit. And you mentioned DOC, like there was always a song from the DOC album, at least one on every tape I made.
I threw myself a birthday party for my 30th birthday at Baba Boo Dan's, and I had a bunch of my guys perform, and then I headlined. And the first song I did was I replayed the formula and covered it. Everybody in the crowd, high energy, drawn with the wisdom, sense of rich man, knowledge and the wisdom.
Yeah, man.
So we did that whole song, and it was just like that time in my life, that fucking the first 3 DJ Quick albums.
Yeah.
Black Pussy. I always talk about it because I love it.
Mm.
Oh man.
And just like Compton has to be
One of
so
the-
one of the greatest storytelling,
Yeah.
one of the greatest hip hop storytelling songs of all time. It's in the top
Absolutely.
10, right?
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, Summer Vacation's up there. You've got there's certain songs, but just like Compton when that came out,
Crazy.
too, that was that
Then
whole
he had
project.
the
Yeah.
video
So,
going to all the different cities.
And he mentioned
Yes,
Cincinnati as being some
yes,
of the craziest shit.
Yeah, man.
yes, Kansas City, and yeah, that
Yeah.
was
It's just
that was
like
really
Compton.
good.
Like Compton.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
and video was very because you know like
You know what I'm saying?
I
You
want to be
popping
like
up
us.
everywhere. But yeah, so that was really where I was at. Like I said, my pops, I had to be like 12, and pops put me on the Life Is Too Short.
Oh God, hell yeah, man.
And I was like, this guy can't rap. But I love the vibe of what he's talking about.
Right.
Well, actually, he could rap. He's like,
Right,
he was,
Pete.
we
And
was
well,
in lyricists. We
boy,
was listening to him like he making it so simple.
they used to call
When
me
I
some
was
killing it.
5 years
Right.
old, Drake Pimp Game. I was come on, man.
brother. Fucking 8 Ball and MJG. That first
Coming out hard. We talk about it every week almost. It comes up every week.
Yeah, it do.
again,
My
no
guilty
skips.
pleasure.
No
Glory,
skips.
and they. Ooh, if you don't like MJ,
You can still model songs after that.
See,
Yeah.
you're in my personal catalog. Like everything that you've mentioned has been like like in my personal
Look,
in my bag.
what Pete said, Mr. Big, Mr. Big. They
Big-
call
oh
me
my
Mr.
God.
Big.
Nice one.
Not because of my size.
That's facts. But all of that stuff, man. So it was like I had a different connection with a lot of the people. So it was like you put me and Scan together, it
Mhm.
wasn't a room we couldn't walk in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like you got him and he is super hip hop head, extra cool dude, and you got me and I'm funny and shit, but I always have an attitude.
And then you throwing CJ in there. Whoa,
And that's,
man.
yeah, he just kind of rounded everything out.
These dudes are like lyrical tornadoes, just like touching down at the same time. It's like,
I regret
damn.
not being around
it.
during that time. I really regret being.
We had
not
some
being
fun,
around
man.
during that time, man.
We had some fun.
Yeah, I think he was around at the early Scribble Jacks. They was all
Easy.
Early years, the first 3 or 4 years of Scribble, and then after that,
In fact, Scandal didn't make that first battle, but Wizzo was in there, Zebediah was in there. I think even Rising Sun was in there.
Yep.
And we all our best MCs, and here come these Chicago, Detroit niggas fucking our shit up.
This shit is crazy, bro. That year taught me how to battle for real.
Yeah.
That taught me how to battle because I was killing everybody.
Yeah.
And at home, I'm killing everybody. We on the square downtown. We starting fights because I'm murdering people from other cities.
Yeah.
They throwing chairs and tables and shit.
Superpowers, Empire, all of the little crews that was,
Hell
Bond Hill and
You know what, brother IQ asked a question. He said, "What am I listening to nowadays?" You know, my friends really get on me for this shit.
Oh my goodness.
My kids do too, right?
And his wife.
And my wife. You can play me any NLE Chopper song.
Hey, Chopper go hard, bro.
That's my guy, man. You can play me any NLE song. You can play me any 21 Savage song.
Yeah, that's really where I go.
Hey, I listen to both of them.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the same time, I'm still bump up. J. Cole put anything out, I'm there for it. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick.
So, what do you think about the new Kendrick verse off of Future?
Hey, man.
Hold on, man. That song goes. I mean, the fact that like he got that beat, that song, they chop that motherfucker goes hard, man.
Man, that guy.
That shit goes hard. I'm sorry, man.
That guy is a dick. I was like, was that really? You know how you know what I'm saying? You got that one friend and y'all ranking on each other and shit. And this nigga like your mama got cancer. That's cancer.
Yeah. Fuck the big three.
Yeah,
It's just big me.
Where it lose the funny, and it's just like, man, that's personal, man.
It was necessary. They kept poking at him, so he had to do what he had to do.
That's fine.
You know how that
This was hard though.
It was
hard. You know what I'm saying? The verse was
Kung Fu Kenny.
We don't use pause anymore. It's no Diddy now.
No Diddy.
No
My
Diddy.
bad.
No
My bad.
Diddy.
No Diddy. Take my pause back. No, hey man, I saw Kendrick. I saw Kendrick live once, and
for what tour? When or what period? Do you remember?
Damn.
Off of Damn. Okay,
Yeah.
dope.
I snuck her to the Damn tour for her birthday on some surprise shit.
Oh, that happy birthday! I bet that was,
bruh.
It was the best.
And that guy had ninjas.
Yes, he did.
So from that point on, I don't care what he can do no wrong.
He had ninjas. You said.
He had ninjas, bro. He can do no wrong. They was on the screen at first, and then them motherfuckers just jumped out the screen, and they was ninja fighting on stage. I was like, well, you got a fan for life, brother.
Man, what did you think about his did you get a chance to see the actual film? Watch the entire thing, his last concert?
No. No,
because he's got a film it's a concert film, and you can check out. I'm gonna tell you the production on that, man.
Word.
Cold-blooded. You got to check it out. I can't remember if it's on like HBO or it's on Netflix, but absolutely, he goes through the entire album chronologically, acts it out. There's all types of changes in the sets and the props, and the theme. He does an amazing performance. He puts on a hell of a show, man.
Absolutely.
He's an artist. We are so blessed and fortunate to have him. You know, I was thinking, I was going to pose this question, but you asked, I was going to ask you, who do you think the most proficient MC to come out of the 2010 era? But you brought up mine, I don't know if if I think of, the 2010, and even though he was doing Section 80, and I'm gonna tell you, before he got with Dre, his first two albums, Section 80 and Overly Dedicated, man, those albums, and those weren't even his first, but those two TDE projects were amazing, man.
No, that's real facts. I enjoy him. Joe Budden said something about Cole a couple weeks ago about him being the only one that cared about competition, until of course now you got this Kendrick verse, which has to change that narrative. But seeing what Cole has done over maybe the past 5 years on that crazy ass feature run, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man, it reminds me of like that old school Lil Wayne feature run. But from a very it was from a place that was very familiar, whereas Wayne was, Louisiana, which Wayne is GOAT status in my book, but that Cole feature run, it feels like one of my guys just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna out rap everybody for about a couple years and then put out a project again. And I appreciate that, you know what I mean? Just being that accessible and visible. You know what I'm saying? And jumping on shit from all types of genres. That song he had with Bia was amazing. The London joint.
Oh, absolutely.
His verse on there was, her verse on there was nuts, but his verse on there was like, come on, bro. That's how you feel? Okay. Bloke. Hell.
Because the old heads in me, I understand it, but the thing about it is that, again, hip hop is evolving, and it should be evolving, and it would be horrible and it wouldn't be where it is if it never evolved into what and all of the subgenres that are splitting out. You've got all of it like a proper music, and you're getting that type of credit, right? And we're really needing to have subgenres in the record stores just for hip hop. It needs to be there, right?
I've been saying that for some years. I actually just was talking to CJ earlier. I'm like, every other genre of music has been allowed to branch off into subgenres, and then everything's hip hop. I don't care what it is.
Exactly,
it's all hip hop, and there you can really classify some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean that an artist has to be stuck in a subgenre.
Right.
Yeah, right. You can transfer. I mean, the umbrella is hip hop, and there's rap and this style of rap. Speed it up, slow it down. I do stories. I battle. I mean, it covers it all, and then
Yeah.
different regions with different dialects. And just, I want to make a party song. I
Brother
want to make
Lynch
a
Hung's
dance
getting
song.
ready to come out, right? So we do get at least horrorcore.
Hey,
That's
man.
separated
Ooh,
that
true.
people and he's getting ready to release another album,
That's hilarious.
But I mean,
who's bringing
Season of the Sick is a classic, and that and is just an old 90s, on some other craziness.
No, big
But yeah, man. He's a West Coast legend, but yeah, he does he does that whole lane. You got Esham and everyone in that. That's not, I don't, when it starts to get into the devil stuff, you know what I mean? Like now, I still listen to the old stuff, but like, I ain't trying to bring no new stuff.
Hey, if
I don't know.
you don't ever fall asleep to that stuff, man. Because
No, man.
I fell asleep to. I was actually on a trip, and it was like this hip hop horrorcore channel, and it was almost like I said, man,
Yeah, man.
But
Put it on
the
easy
same way,
listen.
same way you got all the clowns, all the ICP heads. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah, man.
yes.
Some of those guys
Put
are
out some good
dope.
music.
Some
Yeah.
of those
And
guys,
they've made it. Yeah.
and they go hard for their shit.
Yeah.
Actually,
agree.
there's a guy that rated my Twitch channel last on Monday for my 420 podcast, and he's a 420 streamer, and he's actually a headliner and makes main stage at the Gathering of the Juggalos. And he's a big Juggalo head and
one of my
artist
guys,
and then the stuff.
Yeah, my guy,
Yeah, man.
Killer Cali Hustle, man. Shout out Killer Cali Hustle. He always I think he finally got his first good call to perform at the Gathering. I want to say last year's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, good job, young man. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I've been
Yeah,
around
man.
juggalos my whole life, man. That shit is crazy, bro. And they go hard for it.
I'll just tell you right now, Boogie's not cut out for a gathering. I'm just, there's levels of sanitariness that I need.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
I guess people spit on you, and that means they like you,
Oh, see, no.
Well, when I grew up, you spit on me. Them is fighting words.
Oh man, I mean, it's like I still consider it assault. Yeah, man, that's
Introduce yourself before you spit on me.
Yeah, you immediately get stolen. I almost got killed when I was young because some dude spit on me, man. I was we out there playing. I don't know what happened. He got mad about something, and I'm talking, laughing at him. He spit and shit went right in my mouth.
Oh yeah.
I chased that dude down and was beating his ass on his back porch. And his mama came to the door. Get off my baby! I was like, he spit on me and went in my mouth, and she just closed the door like.
Yeah, he deserved it then.
Yeah. But the problem was I eventually let him up, and he went in the house and got an axe.
Oh.
I was like, oh. Never went back.
Oh man.
You were being chased by a juggalo.
Fact.
Little did you know.
That nigga was Pennywise.
He was
Wrong man.
So E, we haven't heard from you much this episode, so I got a question for you. See, how do you feel about the state of hip hop from a female aspect of female MCs currently in the industry?
Absolutely. Good
That
question.
is a great question. You okay?
I'm great.
To be honest, to some degree, I'm a little disappointed. I am happy that there are more women in hip hop right now, and we are having a light shown on us a little bit more and actually garnering more attention and traction. So for that, I think that's great. But I think the overall idea of what we know hip hop to be, because some of the stuff y'all talking about, to be completely transparent, I don't listen to none of that. Don't know about none of it. And I'm just going to nod yes. Because I listen to East Coast music. So a lot of the West Coast I didn't really listen to. But the idea of rap has always been a competitive sport. It's literally a sport. everybody's getting on this mic and we're putting out projects to murder the next thing, you know, and that's just what it's always been. If there was beef, you put it on wax. And unfortunately, some of it has bled over into the streets with some of these different artists over the years, older ones, and even in some of the current day. But on the female side of things, I feel like it's become more sensitive. That competitive nature is only there in certain regards. So I think the whole idea of sexism still being a thing in the industry is very much prevalent. Like, we're not supposed to go at each other the same way the guys do. So if we do it, then we're being a bully, or we're being mean, or we're being bitter, or whatever the case might be. Whereas when guys are doing it, like Kendrick just did, and they're eating it up and they're just loving it. So I do feel like there's still some division there, from the male and female standpoint of the hip hop industry.
Yeah, like women's basketball, if they, do something that the men do and do this and ice in the veins and do this stuff, they like, oh, look at them women, they tripping. I thought dudes do that all the time. So what's the difference?
All the time, and it's never spoken of. It's actually generally praised.
Right.
So I think that's one thing that still is a bit disappointing, that we're in 2024 and we haven't really, it's not level yet. It's still kind of this biased situation happening there. And the other thing is, we know ghostwriters exist, but back in the day, that was not allowed. Like, if you got caught having a ghostwriter, you were shunned. That was a problem. Where now, people don't even look at it the same way, and they want to give people who can't actually perform that task and come to bat,
right,
same way to somebody that's putting in the work and doing what needs to be done and grinding, for years. So I just think, like, on the female aspect of things, it's definitely a weird place, but it is nice to see us being recognized, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Who you listening to right now?
Oh, I'm a Barb down. I'm a Nicki fan down.
All right.
All right.
I just think from watching her from mixtape days and on stages, and they got flip phones out watching her, to now she's on her world tour, which I'm hoping my husband will take me to.
Hint.
Hint.
Big hint on air. Hint. It's documented now.
Especially female hip hop artists. It's not. We don't generally sell out arenas. There's not many female hip hop artists by themselves that can sell out stadiums and arenas, and this woman is doing it after being in the industry over 15 years. So I admire that longevity that she has. She's one of the main ones. I listen to Bia. I like Bia. I think Bia's got bars. Is very much so overlooked. And I hope at some point she really gets the attention I feel she deserves, because she does put in that work and you can see it. I'm loving the fact that JT is finally going solo. I think she has the ability to be a pretty strong rapper with some more time and just her focusing on herself and not as like a city girl, but just as JT the artist. I'd like to see what happens there. But those are kind of, I listen to Doja Cat sometimes.
I'm a Doja fan.
Come on now.
I'm a Doja fan. I like some of Doja's songs. Her personality, I can't really rock with. And then this last project just did nothing for me other than Agora Hills. So
yeah.
But I think overall her work ethic, you can see that, and I can appreciate that. And I do believe she is talented. She's just not necessarily for me, but I do recognize, like, the girl does have some talent there, and I think she's pretty dope too.
What do you think about artists like Sexy Red?
I ain't gonna lie, I turn up to Sexy.
Right on.
I look at it like this: artists like Sexy Red.
No, I just was gonna. I got my opinion on.
Oh yeah, I let you run with yours.
Her question.
I feel like if you look at every decade or era of music, there's been a Sexy Red.
Kia, perfect example, right?
Yep.
What was that? My neck, my back.
It was a Kaya.
Kia, right?
Kaya.
There's
I got a free mix up that
artist in every generation.
Kia's a car.
Kia.
Yeah, my neck, my back, that one. So I feel like, she's just doing what everybody else has been allowing the industry to do on and off. I will be honest. I feel like we have started to praise mediocrity. It's okay now to have like very ABC bars and people are going crazy for it. It took more, previous to now. But and not saying that she's not putting in her work and doing her thing. She has her lane. And I appreciate what she does because I listen to her. She on my playlist right now. Get It Sexy. I'm with it. But
I've listened to a few tracks. They're actually not bad.
Now as to what it was before, it's definitely different. I don't think people could sometimes process some of these punchlines. So with J. Cole, Kendrick, even Drake at times, Nicki, Wayne, some of these punchlines that these people throw out go right over people's heads because I feel like we're in a way more of a microwave state in hip hop.
Dumb it down.
Amen.
As they say, dumb it down. It's like, those who can't do and but there's lanes in this umbrella of hip hop for people that's not as lyrical and you still enjoy their music, but I mean
hip hop.
You just talk about your preference, and I prefer the lyrics, and I get the stuff that go on other people's heads.
Hip hop is and always has been a whole culture. You know what I mean? It's not just a song or a collection of songs and music. It's a culture. It's a lifestyle, and I think the only issue I have now is balance. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's an imbalance in the force when it comes to the dumbing down side, because we've always just had stupid shit and we've enjoyed it for what it was because we understood it, because we had the other side leveling it out. You know what I mean? You couldn't have a dope man without a never seen a man cry until I seen a man die. You had
Terradome or
you had to have
Red Man or
balance things out. So I think right now we just have a lack of the pursuit of education and intelligence and understanding in our community. The whole hip hop community is a racial thing. You know what I mean? It's just the whole ass hip hop community is and you have your pockets of people who are still tried and true, not necessarily to the music itself, but to the betterment of the culture and the people in the culture. Absolutely. But those pockets are so small they don't have enough power, and there are not enough people like us to stand behind them and push for it. And a lot of the DJs, they don't push for it. You know what I mean? Because you playing what's popular, and what's popular is going to be what's average and what the average person can understand. When as before in the history of good music, you've had songs that were more complex than the average person because that's made them strive to understand and be better. You can't have a James Brown, please, 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 without a Marvin Gaye, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because you had to have both. I get that this man is yelling please a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? It's easy.
I still remember that. This unfortunate Negro saying please, please, please.
What is wrong with this man?
Where's the song at?
What is happening? Please.
He said, "Where's the lyrics?"
He even had people behind him singing, "Please." Please.
Why he's taking a breath to beg some more? But hey,
you know what I'm saying. But then you got what's going on, and you're talking about the world in the whole and the injustices and things like that. But that's necessary. That's where you develop leadership. You know what I'm saying? So that's my only real caveat with it, because like she said, I bumped the shit out there. I just said NLE Chopper and 21 Savage was what people I'm listening to.
Hey, NLE Chopper go hard, bro.
I do like NLE Chopper. Like, don't get me wrong, but he be killing me with his choices sometimes.
I love it.
Hey, dude need his own reality show.
You need to follow him around every day and see, because what the hell happens to make you do what you're doing right now, sir?
Yeah. I knew people like that. Oh man, you're just watching them just to see what kind of shit gonna come out there.
But that's how people used to do me back when I was in my 20s. Motherfuckers would come to people would come to Top Cats Fresh just to see what I said that night. Not even just rapping. Like when they walk up to me to ask how my week has been.
Like, still do that.
That's true. People do still do that. But it would come up. Juice Lee used to say that all the time. Like, man, I used to just want to ask you how your week was.
Shout out to Juice Lee. Yeah, to see how that's gonna go.
Big shout out, Scrap Comics. You know what I mean? That's my guy. But so I love that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? a Titty Boy fan.
Yeah.
I love
Chainz.
it.
Hey.
I love me some Chainz, man. And the thing
Huge
is,
fan, bro.
you can see that guy having fun on the mic.
Yes.
And that's important. He is having fun. He is saying the most ridiculous thing he can think of half the time.
Yeah.
And think about his early music too.
Yeah, and he had bars. I still do when he wants to.
College educated man, and then he switched it up to Chainz.
Bro, this fool said my girl purse so big it got a purse in it.
Right.
I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
It better,
like 2 Chainz.
Bro.
I tell that to people all the time. Like 2 Chainz is not afraid to say what other people are afraid to say in music. He will say it, no matter how ridiculous it is, how dumb it is. What you think the next rapper won't say, Chainz will say it.
He will take it and run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. One of my
go
friends.
back and listen to Player
I
Circle.
call a big booty.
But she got a big booty.
Fork.
Right. And one of my friends used to be a bartender down in Atlanta, said she met him and was upset because he was so intelligent.
Yeah.
She was like, I was so angry that he does that music. And we had the conversation we had. I was like, hey.
And he was like, this don't match. Like, this ain't like the other. Like,
This ain't that.
Right.
I like Chainz, man.
I like what he's doing with his son too, man. Like how, I mean, it's a great, it shows great, like the father-son connection, the whole nine. You know, I love it. I love what he's doing.
He has a big personality himself. So
absolutely.
Because I love seeing like that father-son dynamic and just showing like really investing in their child and building his self-esteem. So when he does walk out into this world as a man, he gonna be ready. You know, there's not going to be a whole lot you're going to be able to say to him or do to him that he ain't going to be prepared for because he's being prepared now. So I can appreciate that.
Yeah, same here.
Absolutely.
Same here.
Yeah. I mean, I know y'all watch The Most Expensive. It's on Vice also, right?
Hey, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
That stuff is ridiculous. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What do you need the bong that has gold on it with the water that's doing it? I'm like, okay.
Like, why are you
shiny things?
Gold? Right.
You're eating gold today. Okay, fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big Chainz fan. A lot of people, they say they ain't for him. Hey, if he put out a project, I'm listening to it.
Yeah, right now, immediately.
Facts.
Yeah,
and I would challenge anybody to listen to his old stuff and listen to the progression, so you get a full scope of what how he's approaching music. You know, it's crazy, and like you said, what you just said about relating his songs to how he talks and how educated he was. He was like, this don't match. I was like, oh, I can listen to some of his early stuff. You see,
I mean, but now it matches to me because
it's wit. It's wit.
Yeah, you have to have a level of intelligence to have that amount of wit and cleverness,
that quickness, that
in your writing. That's amazing. Some of the things he comes up with.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And you can hear it in his songs. Like people be like, "Man, I don't even understand that song." I was like, because he's speaking to you metaphorically right now. Like there's literally he's talking to you in third person. In this whole track, and you just not hearing it.
You're not getting it.
Yeah, he's going way over your head because everybody's used to that. I call it big booty, so she got a big booty. But when you step outside of that, everybody's like, I don't get Chainz after that. It's because you're not listening to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nah, he's bodied. I can think of several songs that he just bodies. Like, his feature verse is like he comes through and just smashes. Yeah. So I mean, he's got so many of that. So that we have been, really gifted to see, there's been a lot of whack shit that comes out, but there's been a lot of gifted shit that I think got overlooked just because I would say our generation, for the most part, the old head, the quote unquote, overlooks and stands like 10 toes. Like it's not like my, so I'm not gonna, I ain't fucking with that. Like where I had to go through something where, I was like, I'm missing out. So, there was a point because I got tired of some shit and like wasn't digging
Yeah.
And with the beauty with streaming services now, it's so easy to dig and find and get, like, just listen to a whole artist catalog in a day. Like, just
Yeah.
I'm listening to boom, right? And then you find those gems, and then you start to connect and see the themes, and it really helps you appreciate more
No, absolutely.
than ever, right? So it's great to be able to go back that, because coming up, we had to pay. That was a lot of investment. That was money, or you had to know somebody to get a dub or whatever, right?
Your record pool.
Right. So, I understand it's messed up the music game in regards to, artists getting paid, because, the music industries definitely are trying to still get their pound of flesh.
Yeah.
And survive.
Run 360 deals just to get,
Yeah, man.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't understand.
They're relevant.
Flash and all the money, and they think like, oh, this person made it. They made it all right. But
you hear a lot of these dudes, you know what I'm saying? Especially some of the more honest guys. You hear like Moneybagg Yo telling folks that he wore fake chains for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get the image out there.
Yeah, that was part of the persona, And,
one thing that keeps I got sons, and they keep me connected.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the younger generation keep
and they range in age. You know what I'm saying? One to be 26 Friday, and the other ones will be 16 in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a nice little range there who would keep me connected to stuff and tell me when I'm messing up.
Hold back.
No,
believe that
it's not okay, Dad.
You can know, Dad. Don't do that. No. We don't say that no more. We flipped that 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's got to be fun. And so you got family being raised in hip hop as well. Just and that's the continuation of it. I think it also starts with the history and the roots, and then they're bringing in the new. So it's like it's a symbiote thing where they're getting the new stuff we might not listen to. Like, Dad, check this out,
bro. I took 3 of my kids to the Dilla Day celebration at the Music Resource Center.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? I took my 18-year-old, my 15-year-old, my youngest. I took Mercy. Took my 11-year-old with me, and they just had a ball being able to experience that type of music live with guys actually, you know what I'm saying, bringing their drum machines out and stuff that they only thought was legend, because I would tell them about it.
You get to see this actually did happen.
Guys with Boss drum machines and MPCs bringing them on the stage, and then my youngest came outside following me while I was outside talking. There was a conversation happening adjacent to me, and it was Noah from Animal Crackers, my guy. Big shout out Noah.
Salute Noah.
And Noah was talking to somebody else about just random stuff that we did at Topcast, and he's like, "Yeah, James right here. Him and Scan, they opened up for Black Eyed Peas and got to meet those guys and such and such." And my daughter was like, Dad?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I do that. Yeah, so there's that give and take. Yeah. But just having those experiences with my children make all of this worthwhile, man. When I brought them to my new studio for the first time, it's just like bright eyes and awe. And one of my sons just always comes in, sits down at my piano, and just starts playing a song and singing. You know what I mean? And we all goof around and have a good time. So
you told me you got to perform with one of your sons. Was that about a year and a half ago or somewhere in there?
Oh no, I ain't performed with. I helped him.
On the stage.
Oh yeah, no. It's been a couple things with my sons. Me and my oldest put out a beat CD for real.
Okay.
I'm saying my oldest make tracks, and then my third oldest, he's actually really just new to it, but working on his art right now. He plays drums and steel drum. I just got him me and my wife got him a recording set up for his birthday last week.
Happy birthday to him.
Yeah, got him a little Focusrite, little bundle. I gave him my old iMac that I used to record on, and my little M-Audio monitors and shit. So I haven't seen him since then.
Actually, right before we got started, he called, "Hey, Dad, you come help me with something? He's like, what? He's like, it's some computer stuff. So he's like trying to get his studio set up going. He's super excited. The school he goes to, they do like these intercessions, and they have a music part of that program. So for like the last couple years, he's been learning how to record and make beats and things like that. So now he is just like locked in, and we already had the setup at home, the music studio, like the big studio at the house. And then now that Jay is, transitioned here, we still have, now we got 2 setups. He all like, Dad, I want to try this now. So the kids, like our entire little tribe is musically inclined, most of them to some capacity, which I really love.
Yeah, I'll run through it for y'all real quick. My oldest plays piano and makes beats. The second oldest plays piano. The third oldest is the one that plays the drums and the steel drum. And then I got twins that'll be 16 in a couple weeks. One of them sings in Walnut Hills Choir and plays piano. The other one plays piano, flute, and is taking up guitar right now. And then my second youngest, she plays alto saxophone. And my baby girl, I took her to Sam Mash one day, and my guy, young Eli, was in there, and he let her sit down and play on the drums, and she just fell in love.
She's been hooked ever since.
Yeah, ever since. And we got her a set of Alicia's electric drums up in her room for her Christmas gift last year or year before last. So
young Eli, I just seen him.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Eli, man. That's my guy. That's my nephew.
He coming up too.
Yeah, they all do a little something, man, and they're appreciative, and me being able to be an artist and also, run a studio and work for myself has been a big thing, and showing my kids that you don't have to take that traditional path to go in and work to make somebody else rich. You know what I'm saying? So it's enjoyable, man. I'm living I'm on cloud 9 right now.
Salute and congratulations, fam.
Oh, hit him with the name of the
car
studio too,
Band of Wizzes all day. My son Jackson, man, he called himself J Wiz Jr. all the time. Be cracking me up.
Hey, that means you're a good role model, brother.
I'm working on it, man. It's always a process. You know what I mean? And as long as I'm making progress, I'm okay.
Absolutely.
One foot in front of the other.
Hit them with the name of the studio, because that was a process.
Oh yeah, well, we're working out of the Artist Support Organization. It's over here in the Essex Art Building in Cincinnati, and the name of our studio is Swaze Entertainment.
Word.
And it's a French word that means chosen, and it's spelled CHOISE with the line over it, or with the accent mark.
Yeah.
And that's something that me and Lighthouse put together.
Shout out to Lighthouse.
Big shout out Lighthouse, man. That's my guy. That's my bro. And we've been doing some stuff. It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I had a couple interesting contracts. We have so much capability here, being inside of an organization that already exists. Therefore we have access to everything here. So, I've got 2 6K cameras and the Black Magic little mini thing to do video on. I got I'm sitting right next to like clothing presses, and you know what I mean. So it's and we do a lot of stuff besides just recording and making music. We do lessons and trainings and all that stuff too. So it's fun and good.
May I ask you, because one of the things I was going to ask you, since we're talking about your studio, tell us about what equipment you have in there with you right now behind you and stuff.
Oh, big facts, man. I've downsized a lot. I was a big outboard gear person for a while, and I realized that a lot of it was collecting dust. And being in the music industry here in the city, I know so many people. I'm like, I know somebody could use this, and they ain't got to pay me a whole lot, but come and get this stuff. But right now, I'm just working with my computer is a monster that I built at the beginning of 2020.
PC.
Yeah.
Salute.
I Hackintoshed it.
Hackintoshed it. Yeah, nice. Yes.
Everything else in my crib is Mac. Y'all on my Mac right now. I got a Mac Mini at the house, iPhone. I keep an Android, and that Hackintosh has a Windows drive in it too. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
But I Hackintosh like some i9 overclock,
Woo.
32 gigs of RAM. I'm probably bump up to 64. You know what I'm saying? 8 gig video card. I accidentally built a gaming PC.
What DAW do you use? Like, what DAW do you use?
When I first started back really into the recording side of music, I didn't have the money for much. So Logic was the obvious choice at the time. So I'm really, really well versed in and very comfortable in Logic Pro.
Okay.
I've been using Pro Tools since I was a child, basically. But my preferable setup is Logic Pro. I've also been dabbling a whole lot in Studio One.
Okay.
It makes
what I use in Studio One.
It makes sense. You know what I mean?
It's easy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I should be able to drag this right here. And then you can drag it right there.
Right. Instead of
wonderful.
If I don't use Pro Tools for a month, I gotta almost relearn it. With other programs, it's just like the simplicity of it. It's like what you want to do makes sense.
So those are really my main two. If I'm doing production, making beats, I'm generally in Machine. If I'm not doing music, back there I got I got the dual Ravens popping off.
Nice. Yeah.
There we go. And my monitoring setup. I do mostly a lot of mixing and mastering here in general. My business model changed a whole lot when the pandemic hit, because I was doing a lot of recording for people in the city, but then I'm like, you can't come to my house because you'll kill us. So I wasn't. Well, big shout out Tony Phoenix, man. Big shout out, cuz I love you, man.
Hey, cuz.
But
what up, Tone?
As far as equipment, you know what I'm saying? I got the computer. I got my Audient monitor controller. I
saw that.
I had the Behringer joint for a while, and I was like, this isn't clean enough. And you know, Audient just has a track record of really good circuitry. Right. So I grabbed the Audient one, and it wasn't that expensive. Those brown monitors right there, some lightweight limited edition shit. Those are M Audio 3-way 8s.
Nice.
With the concentric mid and tweeter. And
nice. 3 ways too.
I was listening to all these different monitors, and I heard those, and I was like, God, for the money, I can't beat it. So my monitoring setup has always been something big like that, and then I've always had something smaller on my desk, and I needed something small on my desk that was accurate. So that's why I got the little Genelecs back there. Those are 8030Cs, I believe, the 4s.
You got a sub?
I do. I got a big ass 10-inch. Oh yeah, you can see it right there. Where's my finger? Yeah. That's the Presonus Tembler 10.
Nice.
And it's just clean. You know what I mean? It didn't have to do anything but provide low end. So I was like, that's fine. It's perfect. And it's got a foot switch. I can just turn the motherfucker off with a click.
Hell yeah.
Interface wise, I was doing really well with
Don't ask me, because you know I don't know.
I had a Zen Tour Antelope. I had an Antelope, and it was very crystal. Their converters were amazing. And then when I built the Hackintosh, their proprietary drivers wouldn't work. So that led me down the rabbit hole of Universal Audio.
Okay.
So I got a Twin X over there, and that's also ADAT'd out to a Audient DSP 800, the 8 preamp, little outboard preamps to ADAT. You know, nothing else really special over there. I got a Rain headphone amp. I actually do have my Machine MK3 over there that I love. I
still got a Rain headphone amp.
I got the big rack mount joint. I recently got my my Complete Control S88 for a Christmas gift from my lovely wife a few years back.
Are those weighted?
They are weighted like a mug.
Yeah, man, that's nice, man. Them 88 keys weighted. They're heavy too.
And then above that is the Williams Allegro digital piano, which is also weighted.
Nice.
Yes.
And
keep them hands healthy.
You know what I'm saying? That's really all.
Seriously.
Right.
All right, so I have one more question.
Yeah.
What was so you said you had a bunch of outboard gear. What was tell me some of the goodies you had.
I had a UAD. I had a 610 pre. I had the 710 Twinfinity pre, the one that you can switch between the tube and the transistor. I had what was that? A Golden Age pre 73.
Okay.
And that was it was a Neve style preamp. It was really nice. And then I had that running into a what's the name of the company? RNC, really nice compressor.
Yes.
Clean channel. I had a couple. I had what was that EQ? I had another EQ in the compressor. I went through, building up. I went through a lot of the art stuff early on. You know what I mean? I had the art voice, whatever it was, and the art pro channel. I think that was what it was called. Had the PreSonus. You know what I mean? It was a bunch of just random trial and error, man, and just buying a bunch of microphones and things like that.
Oh goodness, his obsession with microphones. Insane.
Yeah,
I mean, microphones are cool.
Yeah, they are.
The more, because the
They're
sound
important.
and texture are different.
Yeah, I have the Slate VMS one, the ML1, the Slate microphone.
Oh.
I got that at the crib. I use that a whole lot, and then I just got.
That's the one I like.
That's the one we could change the mic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then I just got a Warm Audio, the WA800, the one that they copied the Sony joint, and it's so clean.
It's nice.
It's so clean. Like I stopped using everything else. I was explaining it earlier today. I was like, it's so clean that I can just record on it and then do whatever I want with the signal. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Run it through a decent pre, and I can do whatever because it's just coming in. That signal is just so crystal clean. And then, and I always keep like a good SM7B around. You know what I mean? Because you never know.
This is my family too. One of their wedding gifts was some oral text.
Yeah, he gave us the Oralex.
Yeah,
Oralex padding to put up on my walls and stuff.
Yeah, buddy. And then pet that booth. I was impressed when I got to come over there and see it. I said, I see it and going to work.
Oh yeah, because I was down in my basement, so we had like this room in the basement that used to be a bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I put up all this Oralex. One side of the wall had a thick ass carpet on it, and then I did the whole ceiling with Roxul Safe and Sound.
Mm-hmm.
And you go in there, your whole sound signature just changes.
Good sound. I mean, yeah. I've heard a lot of stuff that came out of there. It was really great.
Our project.
The plug. Shout out to the plug.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Plug Studios, man. That's the joint at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. Did you ever so when it came to like any of the machines that you made beats on, did you have anything that you favored? Were you an Akai guy or?
For a long time, I was an MPC guy. I love the original 2000 was like the pinnacle of my happiness for a long time.
Did you ever have a chance to play on a 3000?
I did.
That was my baby.
I did. 3000 was crazy, and the sound was just so nasty.
It was so man, dude. I'm trying to tell you, man.
One of the first productions I ever did at a professional studio, I went in and the guy had a 3000. And we sat and we created the beat on there. We were shitty at the time, but just that learning process was awesome. Yeah, but then I would keep a 2000. My last 2000 years and years ago, I actually sold to CJ the Cynic.
And he rocks with that.
He has every drum machine. That's just a thing, and most of the keyboard samplers and all that shit too. It's crazy in his studio. But
Fresh, what's up with that SP 1200? That was like every
all day. Yeah, we were talking about that today. He was cussing about it.
I told him I had to let the cat out the bag. He wasn't
man. But
he'll forgive me.
Yeah, I was an MPC guy. My first one was that with the Elise's SR16.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. My joint. And then Scan had what was that Roland R8? I want to say it was. Had them hard ass pads on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember that. Yo, I forgot about those, man. Yeah.
And I had
a signature sound coming out for y'all guys' early music when I first started hearing y'all. Yeah, that was a signature sound.
Yeah, well, because Q was the first of us, Mad Ghost was the first of us who really got into real production, learned to play, and had a Triton back in the day. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
It was like, we ain't got that. But he was always supportive, though. Like when he went to the Army, I remember me and Scan were recording, and we had a mini disc 4-track.
Oh, hell yeah. I had one of those. Those are
You know
dope.
what I mean?
Man, yeah.
And it broke. And we were talking to Q, telling him about it. And he was like, oh, it's cool. I just sent you mine. And literally from like down in New Mexico, he just sent us another 4-track.
Friends, how
Yeah.
many of us have them? Ooh, yours broke. He said, "Here you go."
Yeah, just do it to us, man. I love that guy forever. But yeah, we started out with a dual cassette deck and a 8-second Gemini sampler. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Sampler, boy, sample that break beat, go back in, run it through on record and overdub it, sample that melody. That was big Fame. Ed Nice back in the day.
Shout out to Fame.
Big shout to Fame, man. That's my brother, man. Him and Scan was my producers for a long, long time. Hell, he still is half the time.
Yes, he is.
Man, so you could see, like, we talk about technology, and he done took you down the trip memory lane, going from the old to the new, from the outboard analog to the digital, and still some pieces he keeps. So everybody's listening, because we got a lot of people that get into
big
that.
Shout out, y'all.
Yeah.
On some new stuff. It was crazy. I had a guy over here that I work with fairly frequently. He was letting me hear some stuff, and I swear to God, he recorded it on his phone with a pair of headphones while he was not busy at work, and it sounded better than a good 85% of the people who bring shit over here.
Yeah.
I was like,
super clean.
He was clean.
You would have thought he was in a booth.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that is remarkable, and it says a lot about you in your ear, but it also says about the fact that these guys can't get close to that quality in some of their studios. I'm like, that's nuts.
Yeah,
having that technology on the little computer in your pocket is crazy now. That's just nuts to me. You can plug an audio interface into an iPhone or an iPad and just go with it.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Excuse me.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what I always tell people, that they'll ask me questions about stuff that I'm doing, and they'll be curious, and I'm like, never in the history have we ever had the ability and the accessibility to do whatever it is that we want to do ever, just based off of these guys right here, right? You know what I mean? Like, you can do anything that you want, anything at all, man. And so there's no excuse.
And the majority of it for free.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's no excuse not to do what it is that you want to do.
Boy, when my son started doing music, the 18-year-old, 19-year-old now, the first beat he did, he just did it in GarageBand on his phone. And I was like, hey, send me the file. I'll open it up in Logic, and then we can go from there. Like, to be able to just do that, man, that's
transfer, yeah.
How many tapes we had to record and ADATs.
Yeah. How many times you work with a outboard equipment didn't have a sequence on, and you had to woo, that was some rough days, but we got through that.
Bro, when I had a Roland VS, what was that, the VS 1680?
Mm-hmm.
When I first got that synced up with my MPC, I thought I was a computer god.
And you were.
Bro, I was like, I have conquered MIDI.
Right, when you figured out what MIDI was.
It was a wrap.
Just even to push on some start and stop on MIDI, and then like all the things you can do with it was just crazy learning it. I mean, it was like a college class, but you wanted to get that music out.
Absolutely.
Figure it out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now you can just YouTube University pretty much anything.
Yeah, man.
Well, man, we probably getting close to playing some joints.
Well, here's
Yeah,
the
man,
one
we
thing
gotta
I
get to
do
this
want to
commercial
do.
break.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was
That's
just
where
like,
we were going right now.
you do that when
So
you start lining up
everyone,
the music.
absolutely, we got that ready on deck too. So, but
So,
y'all, check this out. This last hour and 20 minutes and the rest and the remaining of the program have been brought to you exclusively by Colorado Print Press. Colorado Print Press, the name, don't let it fool you. They do business everywhere, internationally. You can get anything and everything that you would absolutely need for anything professional or even personal. You gotta, hey, it's family reunion season coming up, y'all. And look at this. They've got a t-shirt sale going on. Hold on. Let's see if I can get back in there and click in and see. I don't know. We'll have to find that out and figure out. We can go to the products though. They have anything and everything, industrial needs. If you're out there, yes, I am a human. I promise you. I promise you, I'm a human. So
every
I
week,
always like
you got it.
I always like to focus, for you folks that are entrepreneurs out there and need to go to trade shows and city chamber of commerce meetings and all of those different types of networking events where you can represent your business in a professional manner. They can get all of these nice little custom banners, signage, vehicle wraps, outdoor signages, stickers for loss. They've got any type of printing stationaries that you need. They also do shirts, apparel, everything, anything and everything you could ever want. They've got you, and they can do it all here online.
Nice.
If you have any inquiries, please, they ask that you just get this, pick up the phone and call them, and a human will answer right away. If you just dial 720-734-9994, once again, that's 720-734-9994. You can get down with Colorado Print Press. They'll take care of any inquiries that you have because they're going to wow you with the product that you get. That's that they take that, you know what, that's just something that's going to happen. What they really truly pride themselves on is the customer experience that you're going to, actually experience. The customer experience. It's you're dealing with people that care about your product, making sure that you're happy, and they take accountability. And guess what? If you mention that you learned about them on B-Boys Underground, there's even something in there for you. They're going to take care of you even more because it's family. So again, Colorado Print Press, make sure you get down with the get down. I put the link in everybody's chat so you can check them out. Now back to the show.
Absolutely. Colorado Print and Press. Check them out. Check them out. B-Boys Underground.
I use them regularly. I think I use them maybe like once every other month. We'll printed up T-shirts and custom logos and for like team events, and team jerseys, so forth. They hook it all up. You need it, they got it.
They did our flyer.
And the
They
turnaround
work.
time is insane.
That's good.
Absolutely. So as we transition into the music part of it, I want everybody to know I've already put it in there a couple times in the chat, but this link that I'm dropping in the chat right now, this is the link tree to Jay Wiz's link tree. So you have access to everything on his link tree. That's his there's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, booking inquiries.
Everything's on there, man.
The whole nine.
You got links to the Crayz album with me and my wife, which is a very underappreciated project. It was probably the most fun I've ever had doing music in my life.
Yes.
And that was me being brought out of retirement because I had quit music.
I wasn't having it.
He didn't even know I was into music when we first met. He eventually found out, but that's a story for later.
I enjoyed it. I remember I was being there sick for the release of Fish Spot.
Yep.
Oh yeah. He came to
wasn't feeling my best, a little snotty nose, so I hope I
yeah.
didn't infect nobody. But it was very great to watch y'all perform, and just
Appreciate it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say friend, home girl. I don't want to take Pete Thunder. Home girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a ball making that project, man. And she drew me out of my strictly boom bap shell.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would occasionally pop out of it in my younger days just because I could and it was fun. But I had gotten into a real just strict, just boom bap bars, and she really pulled me into the, slightly towards the newer age of rap and hip hop, and even just being more melodic and playing with the syllables a little more. And it was so fun. You know what I mean? It just I hold that project real dear to my heart. And
Absolutely.
It's a wide range of stuff on there as well.
Yeah, and shout out to some of the producers on there.
A little bit.
Which song do you want off of the At Home project that you want? Would you say to play?
Oh, that's hard.
Make me do it.
Yeah, you gotta pick. You gotta pick one.
Make me do it. Let's do that.
Make me do it.
Now, do you have a video for this that's on YouTube?
No, not yet. We
got it.
Yeah.
I just asked because we like to play videos if we have it, but if we don't, that don't mean nothing.
Appreciate
Ain't nothing. Because we do this all the time. Uh-oh. Hold on. There we go. I had a video, a monitor go out, and and it's the main monitor that drives the show. It's like,
oh yeah.
So I was like, what just happened? That kind of made me freak out for a moment. I'm sorry about that. I was like, yo. All right. So check this out. I'm going to put the link to the Spotify link here in the chat to make me do it.
Hold on.
Here we go.
You put Instagram.
I was going. But you can do it yourself for real.
I'm not.
I mean, you can go to this. Let me send it to you.
Don't make me do it, I ain't come to play. So many try, but they can't swim in my way. Cause this ain't a game, yeah. You see me coming, better get out my way.
I've been in my spot for a long minute. I ain't never left. Keep an eye out for them slow niggas. I ain't never slept. It can always get worse. Shit don't make me do it. It can always get worse. Shit don't make me do it.
I've been trying to figure out what this life is all about. Is it flexing for the grandma, sending Snapchats from the house? Always woke insomnia. Put on the show, Aviance, innovation obvious. Your time is up. Get in my way, get rid of a train. Look at me, stone, Gorgon slate. Play with me wrong, never been lame. Want me to flip? Gabby Douglas. I tried to told you. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I fucking lose it. The deepest of rap reading hoes with a smile. Don't step to me, I'm adjusting my crown. Walking on pedals, spin of the night. 3, 2, 1, fucking like time. E.Renee is back again. Better prepare for all this shit. If you're not worried, but think again. I come in peace, but not afraid to get lit. So many try, but they can't swim in my way. Cause this ain't a game, yeah. You see me coming, better get out my way.
I've been in my spot for a long minute. I ain't never left. Keep an eye out for them slow niggas. I ain't never slept. It can always get worse. Shit don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Always get worse. Shit don't make me do it.
Wiz Yeah, we can take this to the hands of the verses. It don't really matter. My spot is solidified. Blind to the haters and deaf to the chatter. I can regale you with tales of a trapper, an elegant rapper, the melanin master, the felonies after the failure that happened. They rather me like I would have never be that lost. Hey, wait, hold up. Why you gotta make me act this way? Hey, wait, hold up. Don't make a nigga put you back in place. Hey, wait, hold up.
Hold up, I don't understand why you play these games. Hey, wait, you motherfuckers about to catch this flame. We are not a fight, we do not comply. No, keep pushing that button, you will not survive. I'm straight with this music, you debate if I'm human. Why you keep acting stupid, nigga?
So many try, but they can't swim in my way. Cause this ain't a game, yeah. You see me coming, better get out my way.
I've been in my spot for a long minute. I ain't never left. Keep an eye out for these flow niggas. I ain't never slept. It can always get worse. Shit don't make me do it. It can always get worse. Shit don't make me do it.
Off the At Home project from 2020.
Crayz in the building, man.
Tell us how that project came about. Like, you know, what was it that, you know, I guess, was that recorded during the pandemic? Was the pandemic the reason why y'all, you know, like,
actually,
do this?
It was actually right before the pandemic popped off.
Okay.
We started. I'll give you the very abridged version of the backstory, right? We had got together, we had been dating for a while, and she didn't do music, so I thought.
I did not.
She was a publicist. And she was a publicist, and she had wrote the training program for a large airline. That's what I thought she did with her life. And we were at a bar in Covington, and my guy Jason and his band, the Joneses, were performing. And I was over at the bar getting drinks, and I hear this man calling my wife to the stage. She was my girlfriend at the time. Calling my girlfriend, "Hey, yo, E, get your ass up here."
Keep in mind, I'm like slumping down in my chair trying to hide. You don't know me. You don't know me, sir.
And she goes over to the stage after being, yeah. And they sing, with the live band, they sing the most beautiful rendition of Say Yes together by Floetry. And I'm almost dropped my drink. I'm like, you know, I do music. And you've been hiding this from me the whole time? Wait till we get home.
Very quiet ride home.
Like, who is this?
He was not a happy.
Because it's one thing. It's one thing when you meet a girl and you date and she, I can sing, and then she go up there and it's all right. You know what I mean? It was beautiful. And I was like, this is crazy. So from that point on, any hook I needed. Hey, yo.
Can I encourage y'all to possibly actually not live, but record a song like where you do the hook for Say Yes and that vibe and do something, and then you do that like that.
You know, we actually got something that's pretty dope. That's got a very similar vibe. That's in the
that was kind of inspired by around
a little bit. And
what is it? Which one is it?
It's not out yet. It's in the chamber.
It's in the chamber.
Okay.
In the locked and loaded, ready to go.
Ready to be fired.
There it is.
And
that song, Say Yes, is that's one of them.
Yeah, and it's hard to sing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just
it's very
and the way that they both did it was just so effortlessly. I was like, yeah, it's a wrap. So I started putting her on every hook I could get her to sing on, and she used to always beg me to rap.
Yeah, he was a hater, by the way. Like biggest.
Oh shit! One of the first concerts I took her to was freaking Bobby Valentino, and we out back at the Bobby Valentino concert smoking, and she started freestyling, and I looked over at her. I was like, "What is that? You sound like the bad part of the early '90s."
He was hating real hard too.
So,
oh wow.
So fast forward after I had her sing a few times, she kept asking me to rap. So I said, okay, I'm gonna write something for you.
This was my training ground.
So
he ain't believe I was.
So I wrote a song. This song is on the album. I wrote a song, and she delivered on that song something ridiculous.
Hello.
So I was like, okay. And then the big homie Fame came over to the crib, and he heard that song and was like, You better let her write her own shit. Like,
because my pen works.
Her pen
my pen game is
her pen game heavy.
It works.
Her pen game heavy. I got no qualms with it. So right after that, she wrote something. I don't even know what the next song was.
Beast.
It might have been.
I don't even know what that is.
But the next song she did, I was like, oh, okay. I'll lean back. I'm still be in your ear giving you tips and pointers. I'm a bar guide over here. But she does things for me when I try to fake sing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So it's mutual then.
But
I got you on the singer, you got me on the rap. All right.
So once we had got
my
once
boy's
we
a little tight now.
I heard your bar.
I need a little run for that money.
She do her thing. So now
steel sharpening steel.
So what ended up happening? What ended up happening was we have been doing so many just randoms. I'm like, well, I'll do a song here, you get on the hook, or she'll do a song on one of my beats. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do a project. Matter of fact, didn't we think of it in Florida?
Yep. We were on vacation.
We were on vacation and we drove past. There's a street in Naples, Florida. Our last name is Creighton, hence the title Crayz.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Cray, but plural. And the plural is a Z instead of an S. So we're driving in Naples, Florida, and there's a whole little small neighborhood called Creighton Cove. And at Creighton Road and Creighton Boulevard. And I was like, this is dope, man. We should live here. And then it was like, we should do an album about this. Just being at home in a place that we love. And that's really what sparked it.
That's dope.
I was a little reluctant at first because it had been a long time. And shout out to, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Becabo 29?
Becca Boo.
Becca Boo.
Becca Boo. Becca Boo.
That's my fan. In the chat, I had to show it back. Thank you so much.
Big shout out, Becca.
I was literally like very reluctant on doing this because it had been so long that I had shied away from music. And he really pulled me out of my shell. And I've only honestly gotten better because of it. So I'm very grateful that he got me to get back into music, because much like he spoke about earlier, it is now a safe haven for me. It's a place for me to pour my feelings into, and it really sucks sometimes when you're in dark places. It even shuts off your creativity, so you're kind of searching like, where do I put it all? So you find all these different outlets, and I always find myself coming back to music in some shape, form, or fashion. So the At Home project really meant a lot to me, because that was, like, in my opinion, my first real body of work. Even though I had done a lot of recording and music prior to meeting him, it had been years. Like, I think the last thing I had recorded prior to meeting you, I was like a teenager, maybe, which I think we all know that was a while ago, maybe yesterday.
Big yesterday.
Big yesterday. And so getting me to, like, believe in my pen again, because I had put it down, and me writing now was like corporate writing. Everything was, writing SOPs and workflows. I wasn't thinking about music. And for him to be like, man, your brain does that. I don't understand why you. And so getting me out of that shell again, now you can't get me to go back in. I don't want to.
Yeah, and part of the fun of it for me was it was very different from what my brain did. You know what I mean? We'd hear the same beat and start humming completely different melodies. And you know what I mean? Or we'd approach the rap completely differently with different timing. So it was like, this is interesting. Let's see where this goes. What can we do, you know what I'm saying, to really play off of this back and forth? And it worked out, in my opinion. I really enjoyed that album. I think it's a really decent body of work, for real.
So make sure y'all go check it out. It's on all the streaming platforms.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's on
what else should we play off of it?
Give us
another track.
I like that one, reggae joint.
If you like.
Okay, so this song. Wait, I ain't gonna do that.
No, you can either do that. Why don't you do Chester T's favorite song?
Which one is that? Oh, that's a.
Shout out to Chester T.
Okay,
so shout out to Chester T, the OG.
That's
Chester T. That's
his birthday not too long ago.
Well, he actually is how we met.
Chester T introduced me to my wife, man.
Oh,
no kidding, man! Oh hell yeah, bro!
Look, I saw her and her friend walking into this party we were all going to. Well, I saw them coming out the liquor store first.
Had to get a bottle. We was outside.
And then we drove over to this networking party. I saw her and her girl walking in, and I was like, that one. that one right there, I'm going to marry her. And I walked in. I had just recently broke up with somebody. I walked in. I'm talking shit and everything. And she's in there with her girl looking all scrumdiddly-yumptious. And Chester T with his half-blind ass was like, I think I know her. I grabbed it.
Well, Chester, listen, that's hilarious.
I fucked Boogie up.
Yeah,
I done heard the story before. It cracked me up.
I grabbed this man's arm like he was one of my kids. Like, take me to her. And after that, I just wouldn't go away.
No, the whole night. I was actually talking to somebody at the time, and he was there, and he would not leave me alone the whole night.
It was a wrap.
It was wild. It was wild.
Killed that.
Out obviously, but
it did.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
But
Will said play all of it. He's gonna play the whole album. He's like, no album though, play it out.
Give us one. Give us one. Oh yeah, Will. Shout out to Will. Your birthday too the other day. Shout out.
Happy birthday.
Chester T's favorite song on the album is Too Much.
Yes,
it's a little,
it's a little racy, but it's fun. That's his jam though.
This song, let me give you a quick backstory. My guy, my guy Check Runner Ray, I've been knowing forever and ever. He came to the crib like, hey, I got this idea, and he played the beat and had the hook in his head and kind of go through it. I was like, bro, we gotta put that on the album. Yeah. We gotta put that on the album. That's fun as hell. So that's the backstory.
Word. All right. Well, this one, Make Me Do It.
That's the one we just said. We're going to Too Much now.
Too much.
Why is it not playing? Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, you gotta go back.
Yeah.
There you go.
Too Much.
Yeah.
There we go. Here we go. My bad.
I don't know, man. She going through some shit. I be trying to tell her you want this shit all in your mind, man. Why you always tripping, acting crazy? Like you don't got a chance to be my baby. I swear to God, you looking so amazing. I swear that you be looking so amazing. You be doing too much. Shawty doing too much. You be doing too much. You be doing too much. Man, I swear this girl be acting like me. Wanna make her wifey, wanna keep her icy, panties in her whitey. She the one I think she might be. Pretty smile, she be acting so politely. But she a buck up and try to fight me, claiming that I'm creeping with them hoes, but it's unlikely. And our relationship be so exciting, and the way she lit them just be so enticing. Girl, you ain't gotta worry about the mother hoes. Even though you heard her knock them down like dominoes. The shorty flip the table down and pop it over. She flip the table, shorty crazy, acting crazy. Like you don't got a chance to be my baby. I swear to God, be looking so amazing. I swear that you be looking so amazing. You be doing too much. Shorty doing too much. You be doing too much. You be doing too much.
Told her she my favorite. We used to fuck on the table. Had her body bent out retarded like doing the Matrix. I showed her she was lying when she told me that she could take it. Then the next time I went out with the gang, she went crazy. Throwing all my clothes on the pavement. Arguing when I ain't even say shit. Going through my phone like when I see you it's on site. I know that pussy tight, but you be doing too much. I done bought a new clutch. You done scratched up 2 trucks. I just got it tuned up. Motherfuckers, you know.
Why you always say I'm acting crazy? For fucking asking me to have your baby. Boy, I know this pussy is amazing. But boy, I know this pussy is amazing. but you be out here doing too much. Too much, you be doing too much. Too much, you be out here too much. Too much, you be doing too much. Too much. Got me out here playing the fool, the main ingredient. Never been at a loss for words. Are you an idiot? In these bitches DMs, asking can you see them? I asked if I can peek, and you say I'm acting crazy. Then I'm crazy from the AM to the PM while you out here with these ladies. Then you trying to sneak in, I'm at home with your babies, feeling on my booty, telling me I'm acting shady. But you be doing too much, too much, too much, nigga. You done screwed up to do it, humping for a few nuts. Louis clutches like I won't give you up. Give you
Why you always tripping, acting crazy? Like you don't got a chance to be my baby. I swear that girl be looking so amazing. I swear that you be looking so amazing. You be doing too much, too much, too much. Shorty doing too much, too much, too much. You be doing too much, too much, too much. You be doing too much, too much, too much. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Who did the beat?
Who did that?
That was
I'm trying to remember. No, that wasn't.
It sounded really big. I like it. I like it.
Beats.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Dope song. Dope song.
And that was kind of different for like the vein we had been in. And like, if anybody gets the opportunity, like I said, go listen to the project. It's really cool. The progression of the overall music. You can feel stages happening.
Yeah.
Because we were going through stages while we were writing it, and then coming into a pandemic. All these things were happening, and he and I play very well off each other. As y'all hear, he's very punchliney, cerebral rapper, in my opinion. He's one of my favorites. It's Biggie, and then it's him, and then Kendrick and them. But I don't rap that. I'm
one
not
of my best lyrical guys.
Always like appreciative when he gives me like thumbs up on my bars or something that I do, because that lets you know, like, okay, I'm getting it right. So it was just an overall great experience. And that particular song was something very different. I was like, initially I wasn't comfortable even singing it, because you heard some of the things I was saying, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't be putting this out there. I'm all corporate-y life. Somebody gonna hear that at my job.
Right. All these SOPs, standard operating procedures.
Going to work and people like, hey, but it actually translated well to like a lot of people, and the people that have had the opportunity to experience it, we've heard gotten a great response. So we are super appreciative to anybody that supported the product up until this point, and there's only more to come. Super excited about some of the things on the upcoming roster here. So
it's about to be.
Did you just turn reggae?
I went from my country Cincinnati side to
what's a grind? What's a grind?
Bubbling wine.
Yo, so tell us about Wiz, tell us about If I Was a Millionaire.
So I was sitting on this beat for a while. My guy Tone down in Atlanta did this beat. Big shout out Tone Jones, recent Grammy winner.
Tone do some beats.
Salute.
And I was sitting on that beat for a grip because I loved it, but it never really spoke to me. And then we got into the pandemic, and me and my family literally flew home from Times Square on March 8th, 2020, right before all hell broke loose.
Yeah, man.
Once we got home, I had left my mother in New York. And her birthday was just last week on the 19th, and she was living up there doing a contract job, and she caught COVID. And it was one of the most amazing times of my life because I was here and I couldn't get back to her because all travel was shut down. Yep. And she's in the hospital. And there was this one particular moment, her cell phone died. And I went frantic. And I started hopping on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Like, hey, somebody get my mama a phone charger. Anybody, please, please, please. And so many people literally, and I'm tearing up almost saying it now, so many people came to my rescue. You know what I mean? Like, especially like Fame. Fame was hitting his people up in New York. My guy Bridge. Y'all just talked to Bridge. Bridge.
Shout out Bridge.
Hey, Bridge might have saved my mom's life. You know what I mean? Hitting up his guy in New York. You know what I'm saying? He was taking her groceries and all this stuff while she was sick.
Salute.
And once she came back and was okay, I heard that beat in a completely different way. And I wrote this song, recorded this song, and did this slideshow video all in a 3-hour span. It just came to me.
It was like bam,
because it just all flooded
on the beat, and it just like everything made sense at that one point in time.
Yeah, and this is me more in my lane, if I say so. I'm in every lane at this point. I've got way more than enough hours for mastery.
We talk about that. The 10,000.
10,000.
I got way more. You know what I mean? I'm a few hours over.
Yeah, and lyrics as well as production and mixing. So yeah, we ain't gonna delay the audience. So let's let them hear it.
Yeah, and this is featuring my daughter, my youngest, Mercy. She's talking to me on the hook.
Dope. Well, here we go. If I Was a Millionaire, featuring Mercy by Jay Wiz.
Dad, what would you do if you were a millionaire? If I was a millionaire.
I don't know. Never really thought about it. I mean, there's so much.
Oh, if I was a millionaire.
Well, let's see. I buy a compound, call it Wakanda Minor. For all my guys who absconded from crimes that aren't violent. What else? I buy Bible and Quran, stock and publishers. Vitamins and supplements, fence with high voltage couplings. I teach my kids fencing, Jeet Kune Do and Capoeira. Back to a stero, sipping Pappy on a sailboat. And mom's name started fun for single parents. Smiling through the suffering, redefine grin and bear it. Yeah. Re-education of the black masses, right? Started college with classes on rap classics and teach the kids clout wasn't what spawned trap's advent. The other side was greener, but really was crabgrass. This fake victory has backlashes. Saw clearly through Malcolm's black glasses, piling bodies in black plastic. I buy a house in Morocco and send my moms to it. Whatever it takes, I do it. Yeah, see, if I was a millionaire, I think I'd try to change the world. At least as much as I could. There's too much going on wrong in the world right now, you know?
That's all good stuff. But what would you do with us?
I have Jackson paint pictures for a living and play different instruments to entertain his siblings with. I'd have Carter be a doctor for sure, because Corona wouldn't be here. He'd thought of a cure. Have mercy and karma. Go see the world with each other. Sending them Amalfi Coast postcards back home to their brothers. I would send TJ to Italia Conti. They see his talent and could value it properly. I'd probably start a company with Kaylin and Zay, a tech firm. They wouldn't come to work till late in the day. I buy apartment buildings and start a home for starving children. Pay teachers 6 figures to teach them to start with vision. Carving niche the system to spark a resistance with lieutenants on the inside learning DARPA's defenses. Get my wife a kitchen, right? Might be large enough to live in, fit for a queen. Food for thought, dig in. Yeah, see, I think you kids will have a great time. It'd be a wonderful life. Be a lot of things to do.
That sounds good, but you have to do some stuff with you and Mommy.
Alright, I buy E a Huracan for weekend trips. Then have to argue about the trunk and why her things can't fit. Just a Mark Jacobs crossbody, go yard duffel. To the house by the lake like the Ozarks hustle. Peter Patrol dresses, Jeremy Ford chefing. Prayers over the wine, just to restore blessings. Giuseppe sofa recline, let's go over investments. Alexa open the blinds just to know your expression. Wanna go places Google Earth can't take us. McLaurin piano black like the third PlayStation. Fly the family out to Greece for your birthday banquet. Santorini beach mornings feel like Earth Day sacred. The workday changes when that birdcage hanging gets lifted and the spirits let you learn their language and pass it to a broken soul. In turn may change it. Signing off, stay safe. Truly yours, Jay Creighton. Well, I appreciate the conversation, Mercy. It's been a good talk. See you later.
That was a nice talk, Dad. See you later.
Things could give some amount of satisfaction to the body and the mind, but things can never give fulfillment to the heart. It's only love, to love and to be loved, that gives fulfillment to the heart. And over the years, I've kind of come to an understanding of what real wealth is. The relationships we have with our own heart and soul, with our loved ones, and with the world giving us purpose, meaning, and a sense of love and being loved. Then we're actually wealthy.
Drop the mic on that one. Oh, goodness. Drop the mic on that one. That is, ooh.
That was a good song, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Weave.
And shout out to Mom, because I know Mom, when I was working at GE, was, because I didn't, it's funny how a lot of people in hip hop are in IT. So his mom was like a super database. Like I remember I was trying to get her on at GE. Got her close, didn't work out, but
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I fell into computer stuff by osmosis. Like my mom, we were just talking about it the other day. We were like probably the only family in the T that had a computer. You know what I'm saying? We were back on some 8088 typing in DOS commands back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Mom's has been a programmer on some mainframe shit forever.
Yeah. She sent me a resume, and I was like, I said, I don't even do that stuff no more. But I was like, I could shop it, and it was getting good looks,
Oh yeah, mom stays with she stays with gainful employment.
Yeah, buddy, good gainful employment.
Look, we in 2022, I wanted to get rid of our minivan, so we went and copped a 22 Altima, right? So I'm like, cool, we in there. Mom's calls me on 2 years ago. Last week on her birthday, like, hey, I think I'm gonna buy a new vehicle. Why don't you drive? She lives in Dayton, Ohio. She said, why don't you drive up? So me and the youngest drove up, and my oldest drove up to meet us. And Mom's, for her 60th birthday, went and copped her a Benz truck.
Nice.
I'm like,
I said big
flex.
Right.
Big flex.
Big flex. I'm like, so you just gonna put my little Altima to shame, huh?
I was like, it's okay, boo. You know what I'm saying?
Or
it's black too.
Right.
It's got wheels on it.
Wheels, right.
So, right.
You keep it clean, though. Just make sure you keep it clean.
That's it. Just keep it clean, man.
Just keep it clean.
Oh man. Yeah, but Mom, big shout out to my mama Rosina, man. I love her to death. Happy late birthday again. And then this is birthday season for me. So happy late birthday to my mom. We just had birthday for my son TJ last week.
Happy birthday to
my oldest Isaiah, he'll be 26 on Friday. Happy birthday to him too. You know what I mean?
Icy gang.
Man.
Yeah. And then, it keeps going.
It's a bunch of Aries.
A bunch of Aries. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like Big Will. Was a Young Space Laser.
Oh,
that's Will's nickname for me, Young Space Laser.
Just Chester T too.
And Chess. Chess. His birthday was Sunday. We hung out with him Saturday night.
Will's actually doing the work behind the scenes.
Absolutely. No, Will
love it.
Will is a blessing, man.
So he keep us on track because he keep us on track, and then I have to keep him on track when Will ain't around because this one's the live wire. We never know what's gonna happen.
You never.
Hey. I've been out with you. I know who the live wires are. And you know who my live wire is. Shout out to Stacy.
Right.
We know these things.
Big
yeah,
fact.
but it's all family. Yeah, and
Absolutely. It's nothing but
that's
love.
all
We have a
beautiful.
very, very strong community and village around us, and we love them all. We appreciate all the love and support we get. It keeps us going.
Yeah, absolutely.
It definitely
Like,
keeps us going.
I was telling somebody, man, we went through so much shit last year. Fresh knows about it. And I'm like, it was crazy because it was the first time in my adult life where my kids were calling to check on me every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My daughter would come home from school and just text me, Dad, what's up? You good? You okay? My other daughter just pop up. I'm like, oh, where'd you come from, Batman? When you dad, you know what I'm saying? And my oldest, he's very introverted, but he would every day, hey Dad, you know, he like that kid that's real coy, but you know he'll beat your ass, that type of guy. He like 6'5", you know what I mean? He one of them
6'5" now?
Yeah, Zay tall as shit, bro.
Well, yeah, man, shoot, I'm barely looking over his hat.
Yeah. He'll pop up on the phone. TJ, the one that just turned 19, he'll just slide. You okay? You good? You need anything? You want me to go get you?
And knowing, and I got to say this, knowing all the kids, and from going way back to now, they're all so cordial and so respectful. Mercy, like first time I met her, like, how you doing? She asked me about myself. I'm like, okay,
that's the princess.
Oh, and she gonna let you know she the princess.
That's the princess.
She walk in the
how
room.
you know my daddy? How you know my daddy and mama?
It is what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell her she cool.
Yeah, look, Mercy, that kid. We were doing a Summer 16 Natty concert series, and I was outside smoking, talking to Rob Natural.
Rob Nat, shout out to Rob Nat.
Big shout out to Rob Nat, man, Dangler fam all day. And Mercy was what, 3 at the time, 4? Let's see, 12. Yeah, about to turn 4, and FaceTime me. And Rob Nat was like, "Is that Mercy?" What? Princess, man. She's always get the technology, but she's a good kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
good kid. I don't have no problems with my children. They all good kids. Everything they get, they're deserving.
We are very, very blessed.
You know what I'm saying?
Very blessed. What up, DCR?
DCR in the building. Hey, man, if y'all don't know, y'all need to get Dion. Y'all need to get. Y'all need to get Dion can rap on the show, man.
Keep Dion the rap keep coming up on this podcast, and
hey, y'all need to get him on the show, man.
Yeah,
that's my
Dion. It's
guy.
your invite. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's my guy on some.
Yeah.
I think you gave me some music early on, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I said, man, this is dope.
He is consistent with good music.
We are booking out until we're almost
September already.
Finished. We're almost filled in. I think there may be one date in June, but seriously. So holler at us, please, so we can get you on the calendar.
Yeah,
please.
Get Dion can rap. Get Dion can rap on here, man. That's my I vouch for that guy. I don't like rappers because everybody sucks. That guy anti-sucks. He's the antithesis of bad. He really can rap, like his name says. I don't care what you put him on. He got big bars. Big bars.
Can I play some old, just super duper lyrical stuff? I mean,
I want to say shout out to Mad Ways. That's my guy right there.
Oh, Mad Ways in the building.
Salute.
All
sure
alumni is on here, man. We getting it. I'm like we've not been, But can we? Can I play this? Boogie, pull up the buff folder and he can pick which one you want to play.
You want me to pick which one?
No, I'm gonna read them off, and Jay Wiz gonna pick which one.
Yeah, Wiz, pick
I'll just share the screen for you to be able to. He can see it and pick.
Can you pour me a drink, dear? He got me on. He got me on the.
Had a hook in my dog.
Oh
no! Everybody want to please.
Did you pull those up fresh? Oh man!
I told you That's why I kept looking on the other screen.
Hey, these songs are great though. I was a baby when we made these. We was having fun though. Hey man, if y'all want to turn up, play that. Everybody want to be like SP.
I think so. Yeah.
If you want to turn up, that's my cut. Big Scandal on the beat.
Yes.
We was in the studio talking shit. That's all we was doing.
Fuck it. All right. What? Come on. Yo, everybody wanna be like SB, kicking the flows, getting the dough. That's me. Everybody wanna be like SB, bounce, nigga, bounce, nigga, bounce, 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 bounce. Everybody wanna be like SB, ripping the show, sticking the hose. That's me. Everybody wanna be like SB, bounce, nigga, bounce, nigga, bounce, 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 bounce.
Exhaustion, tired minds with the bones to dust. Idle eyes peek and you micro shine like fireflies. Word to the lava guys. The weak meat therapy, scandal and they like 3D wary weed in the dare book. These niggas they're shook, drinking crazy horse at a mad meeting, militant. You in draft, even give you an ass beating, your abs bleeding. Should've stayed home that weekend. You part of the whack geek trend, bitch. I slap E-Man. Am I too creative? I go loot in Vegas, turn myself in, go to the pen, reappear again like a true escapist. You the gayest, fantastic, ass addict, National Puritan Association and drag rapping. Show up at a clan rally with mass Africans, break a glass and start a fight with the last pacifist. Jay Merkin niggas, drop a tank on them like Percy Miller, take soft ass Furby niggas before he and Mercy Killer. Have you pissed like poorly women, out of breath, elevator broke, climbing the steps in a 4-story building. Yo, boys be missing like drunk relatives. Fuck etiquette, bitch, my lyrics could hunt elephants. Son's funny, tell a police off, hold my gun from me, run from me, let him catch me, then grab me with drug money. What? Motherfucker, yeah, this ain't no game. Ruckus man, smack niggas with leather gloves for doing. And high noon, hardcore, who you think you fooling? I bring it to your face like the only pass. My story grabs and shake motherfuckers till the times go bad. Ruckus man and Clips, Cobra Commander and Destro. Bless your reservation till none of them left with dough. Test your situation with a blunt object. Chase you through the woods like the Blair Witch Project. I'm the object of desire, got your bitch feeling it. Put that pussy on the corner, got her willing and dealing it. Excuse my impoliteness, but I take a moment to call you a bitch. You sunned out motherfuckers getting beat with a switch. This attack is directed to whole niggas and weak teams that rock training bras and panty liners with wings. Hit you with a 4-finger ring like Radio Raheem. Play my shit loud as fuck like Radio Raheem. I love and I hate you like Radio Raheem. Give you that, but choke you to death like Radio Raheem. Basically what I'm saying is I hope you're doing the right thing. Like turning your head when you see me or tucking your bright bling. Cause I'm nice with them things that hit like boom ping. Whoop your ass like this Chinese kid named Loon Bing. Stab your ass like this Arab kid named June Sing. Slam a nigga like this wrestler named the Doom King. Everybody wanna be like SB. Kicking the flows, getting the dough. That's me. Everybody wanna be like SB. Bounce, nigga, bounce, nigga, bounce, bounce, bounce. Everybody wanna be like SB. Ripping the show, sticking the hose. That's me. Everybody wanna be like SB. Bounce, yo, bounce, bounce, nigga, bounce, bounce. You see the ruckus man in his glory glowing and shining, hitting voices like Jack Nicholson shining, telling me keep the whack niggas from rhyming, keep designing minds to keep these niggas minds inclined and keeping up with the times. I'm creeping up with the time. Morris Day and Jesse Johnson, running with a gold chain and gold shoes like Michael Johnson. We bringing the death wish like MC8 and Charles Bronson. Cause some of these niggas is soft like Johnson and Johnson. Baby oil and lotion, ecstasy and love potion. Sell 1 million records acapella with no promotion. A pigeon and a chicken, wondering if they could jam. Later me and Clips busting through they walls like Candyman. Can we slam? Yes we can. What I don't understand, he's an articulate motherfucker sounding like Handyman. No bitch know me, wanna know if I could go. Wanna see me butt naked singing like D'Angelo. You don't wanna fuck with Scandal, bitch, I put your life in trouble. Turn on my video and Cynic was my body double. I never been that good at playing situations subtle. I'm loud, I'm nasty, I bring buckets and bundles. Y'all niggas think y'all live, ruckus man fly like Rundle. I hit you hard enough to make Terrell Davis fumble. I hit you with that force to make Karoo Tower crumble. Hit the charts hard enough to keep your album on the humble. I walk like Darth Maul with a bad lip. Mac a bad bitch, slip out the club, get head during the cab trip. Code from the Matrix, niggas soft like air mattress. Rare rabbit, fed catches, jump rope. Y'all soft, my dogs walk with submachines. that put you under like submarines. If you fucking with cream, get lost, heart rated. Take rings, watches, and car payments. No ski mask, only the guard faces. I bring a blowtorch to an interview. Wrong question, prepare for jaw stretching. Rhymes get you so high, winter time you jog naked. My language is dangerous language. James is to stand out like retarded people at Cambridge. Colder than Anchorage, Alaska. Pain in the ass rapper that'll jab you through a cab window and hit so hard people outside will laugh at you. Gift rapper pimp slap to a shrimp cat with an impact that puts a hairline and ends back. Come and get that. I spit raps that'll mash a dummy. I clash with one of these punk Willie Esco niggas and turn them to Abercrombie or American Eagle. Your whackness ain't fair to the people. We prepared to beseech you, get the thesaurus. Niggas is harmless, funky like I spit from my armpits. I spit brawny cash, my gun weigh enough to make your car flip. Tape around scandal head for caution. We all spit the port of wool over these hoes' eyes like a card trick, bitch. Everybody wanna be like, that's me. Kicking the flows, getting the dough, that's me. Everybody wanna be like, that's me.
That's the end.
Everybody wanna be like,
cut that
that's
one.
me. Ripping the show, sticking the
Ooh,
hole.
that was some young lyricists.
Man,
Yeah,
we was clowning, man.
Quotables was all over the place.
And that was decades ago.
Yeah,
that
that'll be from what 99 to 03.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen to the references.
Yeah, Blair Witch, Darth Maul, those all movies dropped in 99.
Yeah, man.
You picked them all. They was killing them like the portly women.
Terrell
walking up
Davis
the-
played for the Broncos.
Yeah. The one caught me was the portly
With the
women
Barry
walking
White
up-
sample, though.
Yeah.
Hey,
yes.
The scan was
Scan
good
was
for a good sample, man.
And it was like
good
it was
good
one of
sample.
the better performance pieces too. It was like,
Oh yeah, we used to have a fun have a fun. We had a fun as well. No, we used to have fun
we had fun
performing.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then people would ask for it, like, man, play SB, play SB.
Oh yeah. Me and Scan had some good songs, man. We it was one lyrical tornado.
I don't think I had that one.
My big cousin Don Casino always talk about, man, because I said something about I put a diabetic fake toe in your mailbox.
And that's where the problem lies in the world. It's
No, this is what you do. You say the shit somebody won't say.
Out of control.
How's that?
No, you gotta
Yeah,
say
she probably doesn't stop me from
You
getting
gotta
canceled.
say
I don't know how
Oh
you
my
say
gosh.
stuff.
I'm trying to tell you, cancel culture, if he
Oh, right.
himself multiple times.
Oh, there was some lyrics in there that's definitely cancel culture.
Yes.
That- So where
Diabetic
cancel
fake
culture
toe in
to
your mailbox.
stopping-
I love it.
Well,
stopping
I said that, and I
creativity
said
and
shell
freedom of
tops don't
speech.
make you hip hop. Damn it, it's 2000.
Too much going on.
What I say? Ooh, wow, kid, fuck the girl that you moved out with so good. The bitch think that she got to choose houses like 2 Dowsum, stretch 2 ounces of blue Doja.
Too much going on.
Oh man, yeah, we used to wild out back there. The whole squad had bars, so it was like we gotta try to out rap each other. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
were sitting around, and somebody would just yell out "Danger Room," and whoever said it pointed to somebody, and we just start battling on the spot. So it was like that was just our team back then, or we just sit around and play the point game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Start freestyling. Somebody got to point at something. We got to incorporate it into the freestyle and just sharpen and sharpen and sharpening.
Yeah. Because you're talking about, a lot of guys was not only battle rappers, but actually could put the battle raps into songs and then do songs outside of battle rap as well.
Yeah, because I was always the storyteller of the squad. You know what I mean? So them kind of pulling me out into the hold on, let's be ridiculous together part was real fun for me because I'm like, ooh, I get to say whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Just say the most outlandish shit and then make it funny. And
That's
make
it.
people like, did he just say what he just said?
Yeah, because I love Redman. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He was the epitome of that for me. Like we knew he was a street guy, but he gonna make you laugh too. Because he's so clever with the way he talking shit to you. And then he's just saying some just demeaning shit. Then he might say some self-deprecating shit.
Yeah.
Like that was a lot of us growing up. Like, I'm class clown, but I know I'm probably gonna get a better grade than most of the people in the class, or they gonna ask me for help with their homework and shit. But I'm in here wilding because it's entertaining to me, and that's really what that whole era of my life was like. Oh, we about to now I'm about to murder you on this track, bro.
And I'm still gonna get a good grade, and I
can
do both. I'm
like
good.
at West High, man. Ghost, I don't know if you were still there. My first year at West High, Fame had me freaking rapping at the pep rallies.
What year was your first year there?
I want to say it was 93.
Then I was on the football team and shit.
Yeah,
I remember you. So do you remember, were you at the pep rally when we swapped up the tape that because they always let us come out to whatever song we chose, right? And that my senior year we came out we swapped out the tape to Big Mike Player, and they didn't listen to it ahead, but they let it play too. They just let it play. It was just like everybody in the entire auditorium was just, it was just like, yo,
bro, that shit was epic.
I bet y'all got caught in the office for that one. No,
Bruh,
actually, whoever did not check it first probably got in trouble.
Yeah, that was nuts, man.
Did you know they was gonna do that?
Because I think my first year was 93. The first day of school, it was a guy that was there. He was older than me, probably graduated around the same time as you. His name was JD Julian Du Bois.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
So JD on the first day of school, because I used to hang out with JD in Westwood. And he used to tell me, like, man, I got somebody I want to introduce you to when you go to West High next year. And the first day of school, JD introduced me to Fame.
Yep.
So that was the start of my Cincinnati, like, for real squad shit. And then Fame eventually introduced me to Scan that same school year. And that was history. That was it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, JD, man, that first year at West High, the first day, he grabbed me up. Come with me. All right. Where we going? And he walked me over to Ed Nice.
Ed Nice.
Okay.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, this the guy you was talking about? This the guy I was talking about. Spit some for him. I always hate when people do that. I hate that.
Put you on the spot.
He always put me on the spot.
That's how we did it.
And then he just revels in those moments.
Bro, him and
he the perfect guy for
that. Look, Black Rain. Black Rain puts me on the spot every chance he gets. And I'd be like, man, if you don't go away. Go away. Stop trying to make me rap in front of these strangers.
And then he commits to doing it.
Yeah, I can't help it. I'm like, but I'm grown now. I'm old. I don't want to do all that. I'm chilling. I'll give you a link to my Spotify now.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Here's
you want to hear some bars? Pay me.
Right.
Or you get a preview of it.
Here's my latest single, sir.
There you go. And how is that, going to, like, from, just out there doing it for fun and stuff like that? It's still fun to getting to the point now. What do you see as far as the difference of, like, definitely growing up? How do you approach music to keep the fun when you first started?
Well, the thing now is finding purpose. You know what I mean? Before it was just really for my entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Mine personally, I didn't care what anybody else had to say about it. I was entertaining myself, writing raps and performing them and saying really wild shit to people. And that was my personality back then too. Like, in person, I'm gonna say some really amazingly fucked up stuff to you.
I love it.
I mean, back in the day. So now, you know what I'm saying? I'm a grown up, I have a wife, I got a family, I got parents, I got, you know what I mean? So now the purpose is it's still not monetary, oddly enough. The purpose now is to teach, enrich, grow. I got a song on my last album, Hoodie Season, with Nate the Great, called
Shout out to Nate the Great, third figure.
Big shout out to Nate the Great, man. That's my guy. SP all day, Superpower.
Yes,
But,
he's a DJ for SP. He did my daughter's wedding, and he
yeah, he
rocked
did my
the
wedding,
fuck
and
out of
he
it.
was in my
And
wedding, and then did my
Oh,
wedding. You know what I mean?
I mean,
But
Boogie. Because I listened to Boogie's mix last Friday. Nate the Great are like these two dudes. I can listen to them rock
yeah, all
party
day,
all
all
day
day.
long.
You would love some Nate mixes.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
If you
just
go-
man, like, cause early on, Nate the Great, he was like, "I'm only playing Tribe Called Quest," and man, the crowd wanted to hear some gangster shit.
right.
He
Nate
like,
Cole
and
nowadays.
he would trick them into thinking they was hearing. He was like, they kept dancing, and now he incorporates that too. You know, as he gotten older. Yeah, but shout out to Nate the Great.
But you know what I'm saying? So now it's like,
Salute, Nate.
what can I do to add value and really do something that's necessary? So like one of my sons, his favorite song on my last album is the song Camera Phone. And it's a story, but it's a poignant story about some real life police brutality shit.
You know what? And I wanted to bring that up, and I didn't know if we had that on deck, because when you hear that, you gave it to us when, you know, because
Yeah, it's in my
some
link.
people don't know.
It's
We
on
don't
the
have that.
album.
We have a conference call, and I'm, you know, like where we talk every week, and when we catch up with each other, like 4 or 5 of us. And when we heard that, we was all like, I mean, it was just so poignant and so, you know, as a black man, a black father.
Yeah, and that's a real thing. Like I remember in real life a couple years ago, my oldest son. Oh, go ahead, Ghost.
I'm looking for what was the name of the song again? My apologies.
Oh, it's called Camera Phone, and it's on the J Wiz hoodie season. J Wiz and Nate the Great present hoodie season.
Yeah, I wanted to. I couldn't remember the name of the song because it actually
it's called
might
Camera
throw you
Phone.
off. But this is deep.
Yeah, and like I said, there was an actual event. This is after the song was done and everything, but there was an actual event where my son got pulled over by the cops in Kentucky and called me. And I freaked out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Because it was like,
Scary. It was very
it was his
scary.
first time ever having any type of dealing with the police. And he's not in Ohio, he's in Kentucky. And you know what I'm saying? So this song really at that moment was like, God damn, yeah, this is real. Like this is a real life thing for people. And I know I've been through my fair share of discrimination when it came to the police, and my fair share of brutality and unnecessary things that had nothing to do.
Fairness. Yeah.
Bro, I mean, I remember getting tackled standing on my partner's back little porch in Westwood because we looked outside to see what was happening. That's all we did. We were children. I was 15 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they slammed us on the concrete, busted my lip, all this stuff. And we had nothing to do with anything that was happening. They were chasing after somebody else. So it's like all of these different things come back to us. And I'm like, yeah, this song is necessary.
Yeah.
Check this one out. I want everybody, you know, and everybody listening, because, you know, when I heard it, it was deep for me to listen to that. And I mean, you know, I got daughters and grandsons, and it was just deep. And especially with the climate at the time when he put this song out.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Protesters raging against Floyd's death also called for justice in other recent deaths of unarmed Black people, including Breonna Taylor, an EMT who was shot in her Kentucky home during a police raid, and Ahmaud Arbery, who was shot in Georgia while jogging. Last night, at least 7 people were shot in Louisville protests. The source of the gunfire is unknown. The police denied firing shots. In Denver, video of a driver hitting a protester emerged. Shots were also fired in that city, but no injuries have been reported. And in New York, more than 40 people were arrested during protests. Chauvin and the 3 other officers involved in Floyd's arrest were fired shortly after Floyd's death. Chauvin has been charged with 3rd-degree murder and manslaughter. This wasn't the first time the Twin Cities had been the site of a widely criticized police killing of a Black man. In 2016, Philando Castile was fatally shot by an officer during a routine traffic stop in St. Paul, a case that also sparked national outcry. The officer in that case was acquitted of all charges. More protests are expected this weekend.
He came home from a night at privilege. His nigga was spinning like his head. He had drinks bought from 3 different women. He fumbled with the key, unlocked the door, came through the entrance, told himself to keep quiet, try not to wake up the missus. Standing in the foyer, kicked off his 95 Maxes, heard a sound from the living room that sounded like passion. I know this bitch ain't cheating. Puffed his chest out on some G shit, hit the living room so quickly in his socks it made his feet slip. Just when he got his composure, stood up to start yelling. He saw baby girl on the couch with her bestie butt naked. She said,
I tried to wait for you to get back home, but we started sipping Riesling, taking pictures on our phone. All I asked is that you grab us one more bottle for the evening, and the store closing an hour. I suggest that you be leaving.
So we did. Pulled out the driveway in his Dodge Demon. Hit the corner trying to rush. He forgot to turn on his blinker. Thinking about this threesome, his driving slightly erratic. He caught the police attention. They pulled out when he went past him. He saw the lights come on and thought their car was much slower. But nah, I'ma stop. I'll just tell him I dropped my soda. Shit at home had him sober. Fell straight when he pulled over. Let the cop get out, then put up his hands when he cut the motor. Eyes blinded, spotlight like the sun in his rear view. Heard his father's voice in his head.
Yo, son, if they get near you for anything, comply completely. Don't even move discreetly. Tell them that you're afraid, even if you don't mean it. Don't grab for shit. They'll mistake it as reaching. They afraid of a son, and they hate us just for being.
He cut down the radio. Officer, what's the problem?
Put your hands on the wheel.
His hands were already on it.
There was a robbery. I saw you speeding off. Get out the vehicle.
Thought I'ma get a ticket and miss out on this threesome too. He said to himself, man, if I get out this car, something bad might go down, but I'm doing decent thus far. So he reached down to take off his seatbelt and get moving. The police yelled, gun! Put out his and started shooting 12 bullets all together. Hit his spine, chest, and neck up. Cop yelling,
oh, fuck, boy. Why'd you have to mess up?
Dash camera was off. Turned his body camera on. Didn't know this 15-year-old Sharonda was down there on her porch. She was live on the book. Watched the whole thing happen. Sent the video to the mayor and a copy to the captain. The officer got fired 6 months later, went on trial. The prosecutor submitted the video got from the child. 2 weeks later, the verdict was not guilty, as is the custom. They apologized and paid out a settlement to his mother. The officer moved to Pittsburgh and got a job on the force. A year later, shot a 13-year-old on his own porch.
That encapsulated like a lot of what, oh man, that
like it's
that was
crazy how that song speaks to even today's climate, even though he released this, you know, what,
yeah,
a few years ago now.
2022.
Yeah, and it's like it speaks to so many things in the Black communities and underprivileged communities where people are being targeted in 2024 at this point just for how they look. It's ridiculous. And the amount of things that get swept under the rug or overlooked, and our government just has us kind of like in this place where the left hand is doing one thing and the right hand is doing something else. So it's like the trick of the eye, like a magician. You have no idea what's really happening until it's too late. And so when he wrote that song, I was boohoo crying because first of all, I'm a sensitive thug. You know what I'm saying?
Did you say sensitive thug? You a ST.
Yeah, I'm a little sensitive around there. But all I kept thinking about was we have Black children. We have Black sons. I have a Black husband. And I've got nieces. I've got nephews. Like there's brothers, you know, things like that. And all I worry about when they leave the house sometimes is, will you make it back? And there was a time where I think we all know, you know, around George Floyd and all that time in our history here over the last few years, where it was like this heightened sense, and we were like enemy number one. I don't know why this was happening. I don't know that anything in this culture will ever be the same. But when he wrote that, all I could do was look at him like, I don't even know how you got through that. Like, I don't even know how you let your brain go there because it's so dark. And it's sad, but it had to be spoken on. And I think that more people should start speaking out to these injustices so that hopefully at some point we begin to see things get back to a better place. Obviously, this country has a history, and as we're seeing across the United States, slowly people are wanting to rewrite it, but it takes, you know, the voices of the masses to make sure that we keep people honest to what is truly happening. So that's one reason why I appreciated that song so much.
I mean, and the topic really spoke to me because, you know, my friends and I will have conversations and talk about how the advent of technology and the internet age has really made these things so much more available to be seen by the public and prevalent, whereas we were in a generation where we just came to accept it.
Yeah.
It was just, this is what happens.
Yeah, there wasn't anything we can do about it. So until you saw Rodney King, nobody knew.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Nobody knew that was happening. That was on a regular basis.
Not on that wide scale.
No.
We knew it was happening.
So it was things, and you know, I talk to people. It's like I talk to black people, white. They just don't know. Some of them just weren't in the environment for that type of thing to happen. You know, and you know, these cities, a lot of these big cities, they were built around keeping us in a certain place, and the police were built around keeping us in a certain place. So you had things. I remember my friend Scooter. Big shout out to Scooter. I remember his brother running from the cops and getting killed by the police back in the day in the terrace. You know what I mean? And that was crazy to me at the time. Like, but they're supposed to be our protectors. I was in elementary school. I'm like, why would that happen? That's not a thing. And then, you know, as I got older and start to really, you know, get to see things, I'm like, oh, this is different. This is a world of difference from what they try to teach us in these white school systems and things. And it's nuts. Like, to know most of the police forces around the country were created for the express
slave catchers
used to catch slaves.
Yeah.
And prevent mobility of anybody that, you know,
absolutely.
Was
just really to keep us in line as a people.
Yeah.
And
then it even trickles over there, and then it trickles into economics, your well-being.
Of course.
I mean, you know, if you're rich, you didn't have these problems. You're oblivious.
I told somebody, I said,
you Price Hill, and you on the poor side.
When I was
people get in trouble too.
When I was living in Price Hill, there was a year when I got pulled over probably like 37 times. I got one ticket.
Wow.
One ticket.
They looking.
I will say, if you don't mind me saying this part.
Go ahead.
I appreciate, you know, and I know a lot of us say, oh my gosh, the internet. Yeah. I appreciate things like the TikTok. I love the TikTok. I spend all my time on the TikTok. And I'm on TikTok. But it's things like TikTok, and I'ma still call it Twitter because that's
the X.
Yeah, it's Twitter.
It's
Twitter.
Twitter
X.
Twitter X, yeah.
Twex.
It's I know some of these things are obviously poisoning the minds of our children, but on the other side of that, the one thing I do appreciate what technology and the internet is allowing us to do is come together, no matter what our creed, color, culture may be, our races or whatever. We are actually being able to have these conversations now openly, being able to educate people that maybe were ignorant to certain facts that they just didn't know was real because maybe where they were growing up at, it wasn't discussed. So as much as I think a lot of people wish that the internet would go away, I personally am grateful that we have something on such a wide scale that now everybody can hear the stories of different people in different cities, because what's happening in yours may not be happening in mine. And if I don't ever see that, I don't know it exists. So a shout out to the internet is where I'm getting it.
And I would give a shout out to hip hop and, you know, sports. You're talking about groundbreaking where you bring different cultures, different people, different ethnicities, different subcultures, and people that are like, hey, we all like this music. How do we all, but you got a friend that like might not understand it, and or you don't understand how and then you bring that together because y'all love the sound of what's coming out these speakers. Or sports, you like, hey, I like to play basketball. He likes to play basketball. And, you know, and then you start trumping the younger generation starting to, you know, America used to eat us young and, oh, sit down and shut up. But no, Now we're getting to experience the voices of the youth, which was a hip hop experience in America. Like you ain't supposed to play with him, you ain't supposed to like him, but I like what they doing. I like this rap song. I like
Bro,
this hip hop.
my youngest just came from picked her up Sunday morning from a slumber party with 6 white girls.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I'm completely great with that. You know what I mean? Please love before everything. And teach the people around you love because
humans.
Hate is taught.
Yes.
Love is natural.
Yes.
Love is
that's your first thing you know.
You have to teach hate. And I'm like, no, love. You have whatever friends and people you want to hang out with, please do. Please do. And invite them into your life and be open and be honest and be real with those people because this shit is crazy. Some of my best friends are white guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, T Fish, we go kick it with him. I like
T Fish, my brother, man.
I got Ghost Boogie.
Yeah,
I didn't see no color. Well, you knew color, but
Yeah.
you knew different, Puerto Ricans.
Like real shit. I used to think my mother was a Black Panther because we were very militant in my household. I got pictures of me at 14 with a Malcolm X jumpsuit on with some rosters around my neck. We were very militant in my household. There was Farrakhan on the TV every weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah, real shit.
Yeah.
And but that really taught me to love my blackness and to embrace it and love myself and not in spite of anything.
Yes,
it wasn't I'm gonna love myself even though I just love me because that's it. But I also can love you and you know what I mean? So that was really my upbringing. My parents were really interesting like that. Like my step pops was very into Black empowerment and Black business. You know what I mean? Even though we come from a culture of hood rat shit. we made it out.
I would say this was like, and I always talk about this, and we got Dibs coming up later in May, and we would go to breakfast. So you had we look like a Benetton. I mean, you got Puerto Ricans, Filipinos, white, Black, and we would just go in there, and people could not understand like just the diversity of what we were, and what we was there basically off of hip hop. We met each other on hip hop, and then we start finding about each other's different cultures, different lives, and we friends. We showing up at your kids' birthday parties and stuff like that.
You know what that allows, and my brother had a conversation with one of his best friends not too long ago. That allows us to have dialogue, to invite each other into our inner lives.
Yes.
During conversations, there was a DJ friend of mine who's Asian, and he was saying something about living wage and how people should work harder and this, that, and the third. And my brother, my best friend, had to kind of school him, but we grew up in hip hop together. So they had a relationship that was close enough to where he could say, hey, this is what lifestyle I grew up in. And these are the things that prevented me from becoming the people that you're talking so poorly about. Whereas my brother didn't have the same opportunities I was afforded, and he is the people that you're talking about. Whereas you grew up with an engineer father, a mother who does this and da 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 da, and you had the experience which led to the expansion. Yes. You were able to expand your thoughts and your beliefs and your mind system because you were able to have those experiences. A lot of us are not. We're put in a place where we have these 2 square miles of dirt and grime to deal with, and there's every roadblock that you've never even heard of that's trying to stop us from escaping those. So before you speak, educate yourself or ask, because I'll talk to you. And that conversation kind of put me like, you know what, you're right. There's a white guy I became friends with years and years ago, working on some IT shit, and he's one of the most genuine humans I've ever met in my life. And he would literally call me and just ask me black people questions. Because the place he came from was like some place out in the sticks. His family didn't give a shit about blacks at all. Fuck them. And this, that, and the third. And he's like, no, I'm not that guy. I need to know though. So when I need to school the next person. So he would just call me and ask me questions like, why do you watch Farrakhan? What's the problem? Where, what does it mean to be on
TV and media might have a perception like you watch Good Times. I mean,
like you might think.
What did you watch to think that that's the only black people that
you might be in Walmart. Absolutely. You might be in Walmart and see a pretty black girl and just assume she's sexy red.
Oh.
You might, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you're privy to. Right. You may think
she's Megan Thee Stallion.
You know what I'm saying? You may think that. So it's like you have to have somebody to kind of, come on, ease into this a little bit. Don't take what the boob tube is telling you.
And if I can jump in for a quick second, when I was growing up, I grew up out in the burbs. My family was
where you grew up at?
Huh?
Where you grew up at?
I grew up in Forest Park, like the original Forest Park before it started doing other stuff. You had to live in
that's why I'm podcasting.
Forest Park type I think
Go ahead.
My sister was like the last graduating class of Forest Park before it changed over to Winton Woods. Like I graduated from Winton Woods.
Her and Quincy.
Huh?
Her and Quincy.
Okay.
90. Yes, he was.
I think it was like 94. I think 94 was like the year or something like that. But
92 was the last. 92 was the first Winton Woods.
No, I think.
I guarantee you that.
No, yeah, my sister was 91. She might have been 91. Yes.
Yeah, 91. Still have Forest Park and Green Hill.
You're right.
Yep.
But the one thing that I'm happy that we are able to give to our children, and my parents was able to give to me, and this is kind of where our backgrounds differ, right? He still has both of his parents. Both of mine are gone. But I grew up in a very multicultural environment. So for a very long time, I didn't understand a lot of the struggles, even of my own people, because I didn't have to see them. It's not that I didn't know that they didn't exist. It wasn't none of that, because my parents made sure we were educated and we understood, and our family was all over the place. So depending on where they were, you would have situations happen, and and we would have to learn about those things. And I'm grateful that we're able to put our children in a position to be in multicultural environments so that they can be more accepting. I am well aware that, we know that there are racial divides. There is just no getting around it. As much as I think a lot of us want to act like it doesn't exist, we know it does. But as a parent and as parents, it's our job to make sure that they're educated. You don't have to go out here with a chip on your shoulder just because something else happened. In order for change to happen, you got to start that. And so we started at home. No, we're not going to tell you to be ashamed of who you are. No, we're not going to tell you to act like you don't know that these things exist. We want you to know all of that. However, in order for this world to make any sort of progression, you have to also be knowledgeable enough to share. So instead of getting mad at ignorance and responding with ignorance, respond with love, kindness, and education. Get their minds right. Help them to understand. Because if we keep going on a path where they're going to wipe all the history away. So we have to make sure we give you as much as we can so you can continue to pass that down. And that's why no matter where you live on this globe, you'll be able to still learn from somebody what the true nature of this country and other countries have been. And I just think that as especially the United States, it's I don't know what's happening right now. It's kind of crazy.
I would ask you this, because you're going good. Because I love political, and this was my minor in school. I was like IT, and then my minor was African American Studies.
Okay.
How like Forest Park? Because I probably I would ask who that sister was because they were a little bit younger than me. But how did that shape how you viewed hip hop coming out of Forest Park, opposed to like Jay Wizzo coming out of
Win
Winton
Terrace,
Terrace,
Price Hill.
and then Price Hill.
Yeah.
Because my Stacy was, when she got of age, she was living in Winton Terrace, and then different places, and getting back to back in Forest Park. How
Yeah.
did that shape your hip hop, and how did you listen to hip hop coming from Forest Park, which might have been called bougie or whatever?
Yeah, we was
And
called
it wasn't always on that tone. Like, let me
all
make
the
that
little
clear.
suburban uppity girls. Yeah, we were treated like the outside.
That's what we hear. Yep. Y'all think y'all too good.
Yeah, you too good to be in a so the great thing about my family is we all over the place. So I got to hang out in the T, or I was downtown and over the Rhine or the lower homes or like whatever. You know what I mean?
Stacks.
So I had the opportunity to kind of be in all the environments. So it's crazy because when I was growing up, I didn't get to listen to a lot of hip hop in my household. My daddy was a deacon. My mother was singing like an angel and the director of the choir. Okay. I remember my
church girl
in NWA in his room and my dad kicking in the door and breaking the cassette tape. Okay. So my initial introduction to hip hop was we don't listen to that. So I was growing up in the house. There was a lot of R&B and
Mahalia Jackson.
And the Jacksons, yeah. Oh, my sister was obsessed with Michael Jackson. We both had the red Thriller jackets. I was a little kid in the picture with a red Thriller jacket with the zippers on it. So,
were they the gold circle joints?
Yep.
Did he just say gold circle?
And
Man,
so
hey, Boogie, fist bump me on air, bro. He
music
said gold circle. Boogie, fist bump on air. He said gold circle.
Wow, look,
Don't bring up the gold circle. I remember whooping.
we were poor as hell. We stayed up in Gold Circle. Value City.
Twin Fair.
She said she got a whooping hiding in the clothes in Gold Circle because she was hiding in the clothes.
My mama couldn't find me.
I brought up JJ Newberry's to somebody the other day.
Oh shit, that was my shit too, man.
Bruh.
Oh, Newberries.
Man, I ain't gonna talk about stealing.
That's so funny.
Well, hey, they are bankrupt and no longer exist, so you can tell about what you did.
Hey, yeah, man, that was a lick.
But what I was gonna say for your question, real quick, so we can
go ahead.
How I approached hip hop. It was once I got a car. And actually, you know what? It was a little bit before that because, like I told you all, I was a cheerleader and I was doing all that. So I was listening to stuff because we had to make up dance routines and do all these different things. So I kind of got introduced to hip hop through other channels. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't that I didn't know it existed. It wasn't that I didn't already listen to it on my own time. I had a Walkman and a CD player, and I could listen to Biggie and Pac in my ears. So that's what I would do. I knew my daddy wasn't here for it. My mother had already passed away. She passed away when I was 10. So my dad just wasn't into it. So what I would do is listen to it in my own time, in my own ears. And then when he asked what I was listening to, I was listening to Beethoven. That's all he needed to know. It was the hood Beethoven. Don't worry about it, right? But then I got a little older, was able to drive my car. Now here I come blasting, Lil' Kim and everybody else. He like, hey, okay, so clearly this train is off the tracks. And I'm like, yeah, but from
pray for you.
I gravitated towards East Coast rap because I absolutely loved Foxy Brown. I loved Lil' Kim at the time, you know what I'm saying? I loved Biggie just immediately, like, as unattractive as that man was, he was hot though. So it was like, what do you do with all that fire, right? So I'm listening to that. I'm listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony. And once I found out they were from Cleveland, I'm like, what? That's my state. So like, that's kind of how I gravitated towards hip hop. Pop kind of made it into my life because of the East and West Coast beef type stuff. So that's how I really started listening to him, which I think he's an amazing, storyteller, lyricist, all of that. It's just my taste in music gravitated towards the East. And then once the Waynes and the Juveniles and all of them from the South started serving, I said, okay, Now I got some twerk music. Let's go. So now here I am in the club. Let's shake it. So my introduction was by way of school and getting the opportunity to get away from a parent.
So we got a deacon's daughter who listened to East Coast, and then now, and your husband is listening to some, which he's a boom bap rapper, but at the same time, Too Short and all them things was in his ears,
which I could not get into.
Crazy has everything on that album. Then it's crazy,
but that's how it happened. Because you know, she want to get some cash, some mash, back.
You can't even play that.
And I'm over here like
I'm walking in a room, instant hands to knees. Let's go.
And I'm over here like,
let's go.
Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. She's scared to death. You're scared to look. So you put those two things together. It's like, okay, well, let's see. Because I'm gonna pull her over to my way too. And then she's gonna pull me over to her way, and we're just gonna have fun with it. Let's see what we can come up with.
And that was one of the rules when we were doing the album at home. We will not keep doing it if we stop having fun. Once, because we're both artists, right? We're artists in our own right. So there's times where my vision is one thing, his vision is another. Get a little heated because he like, well, babe, I think you should do this. No, this is what I hear, and vice versa. So we're like, you know what? Let's take a pause for a second, and we'll go watch some anime or go for a walk, whatever it is we had to do. And then when we came back, we were able to reconnect and keep going. And that was like the number one rule for that album was if we stop having fun, we are done. We are not going to finish this project unless we both feel good about it. And I think it came out amazing.
I enjoyed it. Lighthouse, come say hi.
Hey, Lighthouse.
Where you at, Lighthouse?
What's
up, homie? All right.
My brother.
Where have you been?
Yo.
Shout out to my brother.
What up? What's up, everybody?
You might want to get.
Yeah, get back, man.
I was setting some stuff up. I got somebody coming through.
What's up, homie?
What's
good,
up? Salute.
No, salute to y'all for real.
Lighthouse he actually helped me mix some projects. He stayed with me for a while, and he had his little setup. We was just banging beats all day long. Didn't care.
Lighthouse is my business partner, one of my producers, and my brother.
And anybody who knows me knows
and a DJ.
Everybody into my circle. I'm not like him. He a little bit more accepting. I'm judgy. I'm a Leo. We a little bit more judgy. But it's true. But I absolutely love Lighthouse, and he's one of the dopest producers I know. So I appreciate that, man, very much.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the truth. And I ain't gonna tell no lie.
Appreciate that. That's love. Respect.
Absolutely.
Also the artists as well too.
We appreciate you, brother.
Blessings to be. Just enough.
And Lighthouse, you got to start getting on this Discord and giving beats out because,
absolutely,
seeing Pete and everybody wants some beats, and
he cold with it, man. We be over here clowning.
He be working, and I just be claiming beats. I know he be having other stuff. So I be like, that one, man.
I do got some stuff.
Now, I am going to shit on it because when we was living together, I said, man, give me a project so I can get you out there. He kept like, I got a new beat.
Hold on,
go ahead.
I already got stuff on iTunes as well too that you can listen to as well. It's Rest 100, Team Stacks Everything as well too. TSC. There's a lot of stuff already.
Yeah, Team Stacks Everything, TSC, and Rest 100. Yeah, you can peep at some of his stuff, but
stuff I did with Detox Entertainment as well too. When we was part
of Detox. I used to.
But wait until y'all hear this new shit.
Ooh, there's some chefs and some kitchens.
Sheesh.
We been up a plot.
Sheesh.
It's some hot.
We were hoping you was gonna bless us with an exclusive.
You know what? I got an exclusive that Lighthouse produced for me.
Word.
We're
mixing it on it, getting it together.
It sounds good. I can see you want to play it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me.
You okay with it?
It sounds good.
Give him a snippet.
All right.
Snippet. Give him a snippet.
Hold on, let me grab the link for you, Boogie.
Yep.
Cause this is my joint.
This gonna be this the summer anthem.
Yeah, this is summer.
I love his growth too.
Yo, Big Weez, he's got to jump off.
Oh, Wiz, we gonna miss you, man. You and your beard are my guys.
Hey, hold on. While we're doing that, we gotta get this because this is our show.
Yeah,
We can we. I know you. Okay, you got a little fume. You got a little gas in the tank. I need them
Yeah.
quick.
I got you.
All right.
This will be my outro for the night. So E, where you at? Here you go.
All right.
You had mentioned some names earlier, so I'm gonna test where you really loyal to. Lil Kim or Nicki?
Who you asking?
You.
Oh, you can't be asking me that after I said what I said earlier.
Yeah, who you taking, Lil Kim or Nicki?
So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say Nicki. That's my preference. Now, younger me would have said Lil Kim, but just looking at the overall artistry between the two and what they both produced over the courses of their careers, I gotta go.
Okay, Cardi or Megan Thee Stallion?
That's rough for you.
Neither.
Hey, this is your answer.
I'm sorry.
She said.
I'm gonna pick Cardi.
He gonna do his own thing. I'm gonna unfortunately have
she
to
gonna
say
pick neither. I'm gonna pick Cardi because I enjoy her writers.
Hey,
right.
Rizzo, he gonna ask you. He gonna ask you your separate question
about that pen word. The one thing I will say is I'll give Meg credit that she writes, and for that reason, if I had to pick off that strength, and I hope that's still true, I'll say her for that. But really, neither.
Okay, I see where this is going. MC Light or Queen Latifah?
Ooh, nice.
He said MC Light or Queen Latifah.
Ooh, that was tough for me.
I knew. Yes.
That was tough for me.
These are the questions.
Ooh.
Yes. See, when we get a we know that we give them good ass questions, make everybody like. Ooh.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to my girl MC Light. I love me some MC Light.
Light as a rock, baby.
See,
I'm gonna rock with her.
And I'm gonna go with Latifah. Who you calling a bitch?
No, don't get you
and I. Oh, see.
That sax was nasty as
now
hell.
he gonna ask. Where is he gonna ask you?
That's an unfair question.
You can go either way with those.
No, it's your opinion. It's your
that
opinion.
ain't fair though. That was a bad question.
No, it wasn't.
Nah, ain't no bad questions. It's
No.
bad answers. Well, you better answer the way you want to.
No, but that's
girl.
what that's.
I can't say friend. That's Pete's thing.
Yeah.
Girl.
So Wiz,
yo,
KRS-One or LL Cool J?
Cool J. Ooh. And I say that KRS is a teacher, and I met him in person. He's a great guy. He's a giant, like physically. Yeah, physically, he's a huge human.
Yeah, he's like almost my height.
But a teddy bear. You know what I'm saying? Until you do him wrong. A great guy, but LL had a bigger impact in my time, in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Well, then I'll press you a little further with another one.
Okay.
Redman or Method Man?
Redman.
He done took me out.
Okay, so wait. So I met both of these guys at a concert in Northern Kentucky. I met both of these guys. They cool as shit. And but Red had a special place in my heart because of that wordplay. You know what I'm saying? Because of that guy was wild with the wordplay, and then just it was just fun. It was something really fun about Redman, and Meth was grimy. He appealed to a different side of me, but the side that I wanted was fun, and that was the Redman for me. You know what I mean? You can't replace a Superman lover for me.
Okay.
So yeah, no, and I love both of them, but yeah, I take Red on that.
All right, look. I'm gonna go with a difficult one. See if I can stomp you with one.
I love these questions.
I don't.
Highlight.
Busta Rhymes.
Calm down.
Busta Rhymes or Lil Wayne?
Oh,
you a jerk.
Hey, hold on. Fan your wife. She passed out. She said, "Woo." Fan your wife.
I'm gonna say Wayne.
Ooh.
Now here's why.
I would too.
My personality in rapping and just in general life is very not necessarily laid back or monotone, but I'm not excited like Bus. I enjoy Bus. Bus impacted me first because we all, you know what I'm saying, once you were a certain age, you all were impacted by Row Row like a Dungeon Dragon.
Right.
You just were, and it wasn't nothing you could do about it. And you were like, God, this guy is a monster. And an actor, and you know what I mean, and all of these different things. But Wayne changed the trajectory of hip hop. You know what I mean? He just changed it. Like I remember hearing the last song on like the Carter One, and I was like, wait, this guy raps better than a lot of people, and it's really weird because he has that strange accent.
Yeah.
But he's still saying some ridiculous shit.
Tell like Nigerian hair.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I mean?
respectful.
That's my sound too.
And I am bars over everything, right?
Yeah.
100%.
So
dopest lyricist in the game right now is Don Tripp. With zero respect.
Don Tripp is stupid.
Best lyricist in the game right now, Don Tripp.
Him and fucking Joyner Lucas, man.
Those are my top two.
Oh,
right
see?
there.
Fucking Joyner
You
Lucas.
know what? I like Royce the 5'9" too.
I mean, and I'm a Royce fan. We did it.
Oh,
Hell
yes.
yeah.
Fresh had
Remember
us
we was down in
doing
Louisville
shows
with that
Royce.
show?
Yeah, I was about to say Fresh had us doing shows with Royce back in the day.
Yep, we was down in Louisville. I think shout out to 502 Heads. We
Big
damn near fell asleep waiting on that show.
Yeah. We started a fight at
Man.
that show, didn't we?
Oh my god.
No, that was the
Oh,
other
that
one where
was the next
that
one.
was that one.
Yeah, that was the next one.
Where they didn't get to perform. And they
We
had
started
a
to
no
fight at
fight
that show.
policy
Fresh-
on the campus of Louisville.
Yep. You avail. Wait, Fresh had us opening up for Mr. Magic from No Limit too. We started a fight in that show too.
Yeah.
We had a
We had
song
Tila.
yeah, boy. We had a song called Big Dogs, me and Scan. Every time we did that song, niggas start wilding out in the crowd. Somebody step on somebody Air Force Ones.
And then the show got shut down, so the people that was hired to perform, we opened
Yes,
up
sir.
the show. They ain't get to perform.
They ain't even get to rap.
Jeez. Hey, Big Weez, you got any more, man? You boy,
Yeah,
you
I got one
everybody go.
final. I got one final for Wiz since he on that new age.
Let's go.
Savage or NLE Chopper.
Oh,
them your two favorite. Right? You already said it. Which one?
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Here, okay, let me say why. Savage appeals to my a certain age in my life, right? Because he's a bit more refined in his ghetto.
Yeah.
And NLE remind me of my late teens, early 20s when I was just out here in these streets. Just wilding, like, oh no, I know I got bars, but I'm about to wild out with you too. Hey, come here, bitches. He reminds me of that. But where 21 is like, okay, I'm figuring it out. I may have a suit on in this video, or I may have on a hoodie and a ski mask. That appeals to me. So that's rough. I think I would still take 21. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the how he's been able to so far slip into so many different places in hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can do a song with fucking what's my guy, my young guy.
I mean, you're doing songs with Drake, Cole.
Yeah.
I mean,
like me,
yeah.
With him and Future and the guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, what's the
I
guy's
don't
name?
know his name.
Erica said, I don't know.
I know, she ain't no help.
I ain't know him at all.
The little young guy.
I can't remember that man's name.
The one that got the song, they're like, when they, what the fuck is that?
Oh,
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he can go from a song with that
either.
guy to a song with The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Okay, I
saying?
get it.
Or a song with Cole.
True.
I get it.
And I can appreciate that from an artist standpoint. Like he wasn't a weak link.
Yes.
You know what I'm
And
saying? He's not
always Ooh, I always love that.
Right. Like he's not gonna stand up to a cold verse. It is what it is, but he wasn't a weak link. I didn't want to
Right.
fast forward.
He ain't gonna ruin it. He's gonna like, I'm gonna
Right.
get
I
my
wasn't gonna skip this shit.
you got me on this track to do me.
So I appreciate that about him, where I'm like, you know what, when you come on, I'm not getting mad and skipping your shit. I don't care what artist or what part of hip hop you rolling with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel that way. Who's my other current guy? Benny the Butcher.
Benny. Ooh, Benny goes.
Benny is an artist after my own heart. Him and the frantic tear that Fabulous has been on lately is ridiculous.
Fab
just traveling the world dropping videos.
Fab was going crazy.
Like, are you kidding me?
He got so
with
much
all them
stuff
bars
right now. It's crazy.
It's like this nigga's in a different country dropping bars every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
All right, for me, fellas, that's a night. Definitely very entertaining interview. Was a pleasure to be with y'all. Just a couple quick shout outs. Shout out to the B-Boys Underground crew staff. Colorado Print Press, thank you for making this.
Yes.
Doing this for us. Remember,
I move different. Show them that hat, bro.
I move different
with Big Jazz.
Kings County.
Hey, that's fresh.
So, representing, shout out to, the whole Kings County. Shout out to the wife for babying me while I get healthy.
Yeah, she was feeding you. We ain't talking about food this episode.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody that's in this. Hey, go get your health checked. Follow up with your doctors. Even if you don't feel okay, go get it checked out because there could be something wrong with you.
Hey, real shit, man. Real shit.
Word.
And thank you all for having us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Y'all continue y'all interview. I gotta get some Z's.
Hey, do your thing, man.
Go do your thing.
You know what I'm saying? Health is wealth, brother.
Yes.
Wish you good health and big money.
Thank you.
It's all love, man.
Have a good night, Weez.
Man, we gonna do it together.
Yeah. So
Boogie keep getting weak at me.
Man, that's what we do, man.
Look, man, I'm just enjoying my time.
Like
I'm having a good time, man. I love you guys, man.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you.
You know how this is.
Definitely.
I mean, I actually get to spend time with this couple.
Like Hal said, he liked the energy of the show for real.
Yes, it's a good show.
He said what?
He loved the energy of the show.
Man, what? I'm getting him on here too. We're gonna have a producer.
Yeah, man, we got to get him absolutely.
Sean, he wanted to jump on.
Show, man. Y'all bring a lot of presence and essence of hip hop, which is needed because it's back when I said this back on 88.3, way back in the day on the open mic session when we was having a discussion about hip hop and the
hell yeah.
Early
shout out to skills and all that.
I said that once when hip hop is labeled, when rap music is labeled hip hop, it's gonna be a problem.
We talked about that earlier with the genres.
Yes. Yeah. Hip hop is the mother, and everything underneath that, it's everything goes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a little Dicky, and you can have you can have Panda. Brr, brr. You can have all of that.
That's like not a hip hop artist. He's a rapper.
Well, see, that's everybody's opinion, but it's still hip hop.
At the same time,
why you laughing? See, I watched everybody drop their head. I just remember that Damon, not Damon Wayans, but the Wayans. He's like, he said, "What's that?" He said, "That sounds like when you get up in the morning, you hit your toe when you get the light." He said, "Your wife got this statue in the wrong place. You hit your toe like." It's what
he rolled his R's and everything.
You guys ever watched that Phil No Beat? He makes fun. He's been making cartoons about Birdman and Lil Wayne and like Birdman being like this abusive father.
Oh God, I ain't seen that one.
Oh my God. So like, man, you gotta look up. It's like Phil, no BNP, but it's been around. I'm gonna say since like the mid to late 2000s. They've been making like web cartoons and and they have Lil Wayne like daddy. Like, it's just like.
And you say that, did
And,
you ever?
he's like, Playboy, you better get in here. Like, it's just out of
Seen that,
control.
and I laughed. Did you ever see?
He's got claws and shit.
You ever see the one where I think it's the dude that did King of the Hill, and he did like it was talking about Rick James, and they put it.
Oh, so now that's dope. Like, so if anybody has the Max app, if you have the Max app, right? You can check out. They have under the Max Originals. They have the Tales from the Road, and they interview Rick James. They interview James Brown. So of course the James Brown, Bootsy Collins was Bootsy even had like his own little thing. You definitely have to do it because they go through all these different artists and everything from back in the day when they're doing all, and it's animated. It's amazing.
And the stories are real. It's their voices.
It's real, yeah.
And it's like it looks like King of the Hill for like people being on the road.
Great.
Man. And
so you blessed us with an exclusive. You're gonna tell us what this is.
This is I am there are a couple of my small luxury items that I'm enthralled with, right? That's watches, and that comes from my grandma. Rest in peace, grandma. Grandma used to always tell me, if you don't have a watch on, you ain't going nowhere important. So I got that from grandma. So I stay obsessed with my timepieces. And my other obsession is fragrance.
Right on.
Yeah.
And I had a small bottle of Tom Ford Soleil Neige. And I started just rhyming words with it in my head. And I was like, okay, that's cool, but I ain't had nothing to put to it. And Lighthouse sent me a beat. So check this out. And I started saying Soleil Neige, and I'm mumbling to myself. The whole hook came to me. I was like, all right, this whole song, let's do it. And that's where that came from. And it's exclusive me and Lighthouse, new J Wiz shit.
Dope. Soleil Neige.
Soleil Neige.
This is an exclusive, y'all. We don't have to have that play.
On B-Boys Underground.
Feel good, don't it?
Woo, I love my brother.
Soleil Neige on my teeth. I be feeling like I'm free. Let's walk on the sun. She just want vitamin D. Open up the doors, baby. We can ride and feel the breeze. Feel like it's all a dream, but it's bigger than it. Soleil Neige on my teeth. Back when Q had the Caprice. White ones on my feet. Master leather on the seats. Might compare you to a flea. I'm Machiavelli to MCs. Told her put it in her mouth. I'm Machiavelli to these freaks. Look at me. Took the summer off and still got numbers off. At the beach or in the sheets. That's when I'm with something soft. Nothing lost. If they ain't talking progression, cut them off. I said Lighthouse, throw this beat my way. I got a couple thoughts. Used to have them duffel bags. Had to break them down for work. Not a duffel Lagerfeld. We travel with the matching shirts. I do music. I don't like my bourbon cut. All these shots turn into cups. But these shots will tear you up. Catch me with 3 chicks and VIP. They trying to turn me up. When your mans come, they ain't look this way. They heard he sus. Caught that 22 and 22. I hate to make a scene. Now it's 23 and me. I see you can't relate to King. Soleil Neige on my teeth. I be feeling like I'm free. Told her let's walk on the sun. She just want vitamin D. Open up the doors, baby. We can ride and feel the breeze. It feel like it's all a dream, but it's bigger than the same. Soleil Neige on my teeth. Feel like this is free. Told her girl let's be together. Me for you and you for me. Open up and see the garden. Now I'm doing plain seeds. It feel like it's all a dream, but it's bigger than the same. Cut it out, Ghost. Tuscan leather in it. Cut it off, Ghost. We just gonna give him a
That was it. That was it.
Man, yo, man. I want to. I'm vibing right now. I'm in it
And
though. Like,
when it's
You
finished,
got it. You can listen to it. But we gonna
hey,
give him
right.
my man,
Erica, you jumping on that?
man, who made that beat?
That's Lighthouse.
That's Lighthouse.
It's a Lighthouse beat.
Man, listen, man. I was kind of, man. Listen, man. That's man. I was getting all types of different vibes off of that one, man. Like y'all,
That's that drop. That's that drop the top or open your sunroof.
Exactly, man.
Lighthouse
I was feeling some
keeps
8
me
ball
going every time you
MJG
play
going,
CNDP.
type some old school 8 ball MJG, but also some rider music to it too. Like you said,
You hear that
like
bass in there?
Yeah, that's
Dude.
chilling. That's chilling in Eden Park.
Oh,
Back in the
and the
day.
way the horns were like just kept like rising and like just layering. It was beautiful work.
I gotta give a shout out to my brother, because he's still shitting on my getting me this project. But like I've been stuck in Project Hill. I have one new beat I'm working on, but as I've been working on these projects and keeping the house together, I was like, Lighthouse, give me a beat, and he keeps me inspired.
Yeah. I just love making music. It's just,
I know we used to sit in there like, hey, I need your shit. And like, I got a beat, he got a beat. Remember when we gave each other the same sample? I think I still won on that one.
Hey, that's always fun, man.
But his beat was like, no, his beat was like, it was
like, don't make me get in that repertoire.
No. I can't compete right now. But when we did it,
he said you did not win, Fresh.
I did.
I just want to say one
The
thing.
public opinion, I won, but
he said
I
your
can't
voice
win now.
Oh, he give you your props, but he like, you ain't win, bro. You ain't win.
No, but everybody heard them. They was like, they said if they had to choose, man, Fresh, yours a
He
little
said
more
that
ready.
shit took off like a Diddy plane.
Oh, I'm done.
Too soon.
So I played both beats for anybody came to the studio. They was like, they didn't know how to choose it. 'Cause mine was a little sped up. His was a little like,
Don't take that.
Don't take it.
It was cold. They both were cold. So people was actually in the studio like, I don't know which one to choose. Like, well, who run the studio? I better choose yours. But his was banging too. I was like, because we went 2 different directions. We picked almost the same sample, but different samples.
Hey man, speaking of beats, Fresh, remember we judged that beat battle up in Fairfield?
Becca Boo got me.
Oh
Beats
yeah.
Fest?
I just sent that picture out too.
Did you?
Yeah, Jarvis was there, and it was
Facts, like it did be playing Becca.
Yes, out of here. Out of here. Move away.
I think that was who was doing that. Shout out to Beats Beneath the Surface.
Yeah, BTS, man. They had
Yep.
that beat battle up there.
And it had Bridge in there. It had you, had me, Il Joe, rest in peace.
Who won that one? Because I know T Fish won one of them.
Did T Fish win that one?
That might have been the one.
He was. I mean, we had
he
some
was
good beats there.
nasty. He was nasty with it.
And we was trying to do something like that after the Scandal beat battles, because those was M80 and Young Eli and Zarian. Not Zarian, but
bro, it's niggas from those beat battles that got Grammys now, bro.
Yeah, shit, of course, Jay Skills.
Facts.
Oh man, them beat battles used to be incredible.
Epic.
And shout out to Tino.
Yeah, Tino was just at the lab the other day. Tino slid through, hung out.
We're gonna get him on the call down the road. Street Lotto, we getting him on there. We working on it. Like, y'all got anybody? Bring them on. Dion can rap. I'm tired of hearing that name without getting him on this show.
That's my guy, man. Like, that's my guy that one way. Like, he was on my last single, him and Black Rain, man. And it's just ridiculous having so much talent around me, man. It keeps me humble, but it keeps me hungry.
Yes.
These guys rap, you know what I mean? And they like me, but I'm sitting there like, nah, nigga, I'm trying to keep up with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we had Mr. Jones on there, and we went through. I got a whole project with him. We try to get the video treatments, and brother IQ, we're wrapping up with him, so I can start doing some new music. It's just crazy.
Oh yeah,
Iron
And
sharpens iron.
and I think
good,
this
man.
the scene is starting to come back together, and then like not only you like with this podcast, you know what I do, then lay low a little bit, and then I'm back in my element, and this is just bringing cultures from. We got all these dudes from Colorado and different places, and they got beats
Yeah, I got to go up
galore.
there and visit Boogie, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Absolutely. You're
he's
welcome
welcome.
anytime.
Real weight.
Yeah.
And I say that under the guise that my wife and I really do be outside. We travel.
Yeah.
I mean, so
No,
we're
absolutely, man.
once thing we just me and Lighthouse just opened up the studio and shit. So once things start to get leveled out, we'll
Yeah.
catch a flight. You know what I'm saying?
Dope, man. That'd be
'Cause
great,
I
man.
like to catch flights, not problems.
Yeah, flight's not
Hey,
filling.
have you guys ever been to Colorado?
No, never been to Colorado.
No, but I can't
Gotcha.
wait.
I've been through.
I got a couple friends up there, and they like,
Yeah,
you need to
man.
go. And one of my baby mamas, she like, I can definitely leave your children with you and move to Denver. I'm like, that's not gonna work, ma'am. You got to wait till they're grown. They own. You can,
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so the thing is that absolutely you have to make sure that your plans include to be up in the mountains for some time. You know what I mean? Because that's,
Absolutely.
I mean, a city's a city. The city's got its own vibe and it's got its own scene, and there's some great spots. Depending on what you're into, there's a lot. It's very multicultural here, which I love because it's a great opportunity. Like when you guys were talking about, before with raising your children, I encourage the same thing. We have friends. I have twins. They'll be 12 in May, and I have a boy and a girl. And
that where all
yeah,
the gray
man.
hair came from?
Huh?
That where all the
Yeah. Man, that's all the cancer and all I've been through some things in my life, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
anyway, but that's the seasoning. But no, I mean the thing about it is that absolutely it's a beautiful city, and there's a great opportunity here to just raise kids and actually be outside too, because this is a very like if you like being outside and like being in nature, this is a very there's tons of bike trails and walking paths and just stuff for you to be able to be out in nature. And then when you go up into the mountains, it's a whole nother thing, so it's just a great opportunity. You can enjoy it from all different skill levels too. Yeah, no, there is a dope ass hip hop scene. So DJ Qbert, his everything that he does, there's a couple of DMC DJs that run Mile High DJ out here.
Word.
But the one guy out here, he runs Thud Rumble Records and does all of the visual vinyl and is like really big into the vinyl and DJing scene, not just out here, but across. They're integrated with the DMC competitions and stuff. So there's a ton of DJs that just come through here all the time.
It's
like
funny. I was listening to you. It's funny that you mentioned that because we actually have a producer that I'll be working with, and he does a lot of dubstep and a lot of that. Oh man, I'm gonna have to have him send you a snippet. Because
please,
if you could get this in Cubert's hands and people like that, then this is the scene for him.
He's better than almost everybody else.
I promise you.
Lighthouse. Wasn't that one dude when we had everybody down here? What was one of them dudes from Denver? I think one from when you had Big Bus and all them down there. We was all jammed to the studio. One of them from Colorado.
Yeah,
was they from?
So yeah, they were. So one of them actually.
That was the dude I knew. You know what I'm talking about.
My tongue too, and he is literally he is from he's from your city, and you may know this artist because he was pretty well known down in that area. And I can't think his name right now.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah, because he kept clapping on them those type of beats, and I was like,
Yeah, but no, our dude that does the EDM and the dubstep shit, he's just better than most humans at it.
Dope.
It's
So I heard you
ridiculous.
mention DJ Cubert. I had
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's
that's
nuts.
let you know.
But we,
Yeah,
saying, we
man.
get the package, and you'll get exclusives to all the shit coming out as we getting it together.
oh, and
Absolutely.
and we tell everybody, y'all already know that.
collectively and as individuals.
She got some crazy shit brewing. Like her shit, godly. Yeah, she got some crazy shit going. And
I just because I know we're about to get ready to wrap things up, but I want to make sure. Oh, thank you. He said I'm a monster. I'm here for it. But like I don't have a link tree. I'm still working on my stuff. But if anybody wants to find me on my social medias, I'm generally either on TikTok, but or Twitter X or Twix or whatever you want to call it at Diva DIVA E513 Diva E513. You can find me on Instagram and Twix.
yeah,
right on.
Yeah.
And y'all, if y'all in the chat, I got my link tree, but I'm Wiz07 on pretty much everything. And then just J Wiz Creighton on Facebook. But everything else is Wiz07, WIZZO, number 7.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes, I definitely always participate in what we're doing. And then, you're back on. We got that Discord server. We keep talking about that. So any new, me, you send it to me. We can get it on there.
But yeah.
But
and
that's just how we do it.
On Discord. I'm gonna have to join y'all server too. I meant to like a couple weeks ago, and I'll be busy. But I stay on Discord. My day job, our communications is on Discord.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
man.
So
Discord
you
is
already
dope,
used to it.
man. You
Yeah,
can do
real
so
shit.
much with it.
Facts.
That's it. I mean, like not enough people know about Discord because it's kind of like one of the last free spaces to be able to create a community.
My kids,
and yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
They start charging.
Well, I mean, what I mean is free is, I mean, like you have freedom and you can create your own community, and like you can, there's all these bots, and there's, as people start to boost the server, more and more things get unlocked, and you have the ability to start sharing more different types of content and actually having private symposiums and watch parties and listen parties. So say for instance, if we wanted to listen to, because we can't necessarily play because YouTube will pull this down immediately. If we wanted to listen to an actual album that's copyrighted by a major artist that was like a release or whatever, if we wanted to celebrate that or listen or watch movies or like hip hop documentaries and have special hangouts and even special guests where there is a stage and there are people that's just in an open room and they're able to actually have a live Q&A cam up. And what we're also wanting to do is, back in B-Boys days, we would have call-ins, right? Well, how do we get call-ins and live questions? We have the ability for anyone by free to go ahead and log into our Discord server. And if you hang out and we know that you're in there, we can actually pop you on the screen and you have the ability to have live Q&As with the artists.
Remember the online battle and oh God, remember how, what was that like? It was like 4 weeks. Remember you had that one dude, little light skinned dude. You know who I'm talking about. He got murdered on air.
Oh, poor guy.
Wizzo, you know what I'm talking about. You had some affiliation. Somebody's brother.
Laughing at him though.
Oh shit, I forgot all about that, man.
He got, and so we did that for 4 weeks, and they was all like, man, our fan base was like, man, yeah. Until it got to that final 4, then it got really serious. And then we had, I think the final 4, we got Destiny or Deluxe. I mean, he kept changing Reagan from the Empire, and then we had was it Illogic?
Probably.
Yeah, we had what's the dude from Dayton? I can't think of his name right now. You know what I'm talking about. He won that battle at we did that at the Black Family Reunion, and he beat Motre. Scandal came down there and won one of them. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Man, we
But
did so much stuff.
no.
We was
You know
everywhere.
what? That first at the Black Fam, that first
The battle, MC battle.
one of them battles I won the first day and came back and I murdered Motre.
Yeah.
And the judges was scared to give it to me because they thought they was gonna get beat up. And it was Biz and who else?
Biz.
Yep. Who else was judging? I cussed
Shout
all,
out to Biz, man.
you know, that's my
Biz.
guy. But I cussed all their asses out because they were scared. Man, you know how it go up. Nah, I beat y'all ass then. It was stupid.
I hated all. I hated all the. No, because Motre, Motre, my dude.
Facts.
He danced with the like. It was like. So what did Scandal say, man? You was dancing with the drill team or something.
Yep. But we used to
Motre,
always,
my dude.
it was always one of our members either winning or in the finals of the Black Family Reunion battles. I remember my dude Shantae won in the finals against K. Riley.
Yes.
When he was like, ICU stands for I can't understand.
And he did it with that reggae voice.
Yeah, it did the reggae joint, man.
That's on YouTube somewhere, bro. I've seen that. I've watched that. I've rewatched that. That's on YouTube.
If you find that, man, if you run into that again, send that to me because he would get a kick out of that. He would get such
that was who was that? Who is it? Is K. Riley and who else was it again?
And Lil Tay, Shantae.
Oh, Tay,
look
and Shantae. So remember when we had Pete on? And and we had Zeb on. So it was Tay and Zeb and Pete that did Midwest Ghetto Superstars. Remember we played that? We gonna show y'all niggas who we are. That was Tay, and that was Pete, and that was Zeb, and they did that song together.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but all these dudes was like doing their own things, and we all always gravitated to G Fresh Studio for one reason or another.
We was always hanging out up
Bubbling Wine. Remember Bubbling Wine when we went down there to Louisville, got the 502 heads, and I play that clip for different people, but you had a verse on there. Scandal. I mean,
my Bubbling Wine verse was great. Scans was too.
Oh man. There was no whack verse on there.
No, not at all. That was
not at all. It was like everybody wrote, and it was a long song.
It was, but it was a good long.
And then we performed it. It scribbled 2000, and then Big Mike and Zeb jumped on Big Mike's shoulders, and everybody, and it was like, think, all of them girls love that bubbling wine. Then you had Shaheed and the other dude. Oh man, it was the best performance I've ever seen in my life. Maybe not the best, but up there. Because I had a part of it. You know, you're partial. You know, you're partial to your babies.
Hey, man.
So y'all have a good time because we're gonna wrap up and we're gonna get some shout outs and
I was trying to find that for you, but I absolutely. So yo, check this out. I want to say thank you.
Before how much time you got? Because you got one more song on your it's called, let's see, we played Superpowers. I got a hook and my dog ate it.
Oh man, we really don't need to hear that.
All right, never mind.
They want to wrap it up, man. So look,
even if I didn't want to wrap it up, we really don't need to hear that song.
He deaded it like, nah.
I might,
I like that one.
Trying to get me canceled for real.
Yeah, so no.
You say some shit on there?
Oh
man, look at my dog ate it.
So we definitely look forward to coming back on. Hopefully here soon. We both have some things in the works. And we like to come back and share it with you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys, man. There's much love.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And
super happy to be here.
I'm hit up Wiz. I'm hit up Wiz offline on some, just health and shit, man. Because we black men be going through it. We got to make sure we take care of ourselves. See, we men,
all of us going through it.
All of us. But we men, we got to learn. Make sure you going to your doctors, doing your appointments, and doing what they need to do.
Yeah, we looking out for Boogie. We looking out for
big facts.
Yeah, but take care of yourself too.
You know it.
Hey, I'm doing so much better. I'm doing it, man.
Feeling good. She know y'all on the show. She was in here last. She ain't feeling good.
Yeah, we love y'all, man, and we we'll go home to these babies and
yeah, my son been like, oh, the heart, so cute.
Yeah, our son.
Oh, how did that work?
He been
waiting. When do you do that?
I don't think
do it again.
There you go.
Whoa, that's cool.
My son been waiting on me to come home and help with his computer problem.
He's like, y'all almost done. I'm watching the show.
Well, shout out to your son, man. Well, yo, be fresh.
Wrap it up.
Shout outs.
Well, my shout out to wifey, of course. Allows me to do it. Shout out to all my peoples. All my experience through my life, through hip hop and just life in general. I had some good friends on the show, like I always do, and just growing our community. Shout out to Wiz. Shout out to you for pulling me out to do this. I love it. I'm just enjoying myself, so we can just keep building this and get good hip hop music out there that people might not know, and give them information you might not know.
Build a community.
Yes. So we're doing that, and I'm gonna say, Rollo, like I always did.
Rollo, my brother. Well, yo, it's been another episode of B-Boys Underground, number 23 in the books. So I want to, of course, gotta say, much love again to Crayz, and then, Jay Wizzo and E.Renee. Thank you, y'all. I enjoyed your energy. I enjoyed y'all. I love y'all so much, and it's even doper that there's a connection with some other things, with especially with Scan. So rest in peace, Scan. Just had a great time, and I hope y'all, if y'all watching this right now on the replay, please hit the like button, the follow button, the subscribe button, all notification bells. We do this each and every single Wednesday live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific. Get down with the get down. B-Boys Underground. Much love. Y'all split that. Keep positive, keep pushing, keep persevering. Stay ready.
Hey, peace out, y'all.